Tap, shares, like, all that, y'all.
Like
All that.
all that.
All that. All that there.
I know. Come in tapping.
Tapping, sharing, and all that. Act like the community that we speak of and no proof of. Do we have proof of a black community though? Or is it just neighborhoods I don't know. We're about to get somewhere though. Yeah, I think we're gonna get somewhere. We gotta get Shine here. You can dang on. Inspiration of this. Let's go ahead and get him in there first. Oh, 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 oh. I seen you watching on the outside. I seen you. I think they still people that watch on the outside. Ego. Carter.
My bad. It's just a little bit of echo.
A little bit of echo.
It's just a
Thank you for that
touch.
pudding.
Who, me?
Cat.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're
My cat.
I'll be the snow bunnies. They said
Let's
to keep out the black community.
The black community.
What did Dr. Umar say?
Want you to go white, you
No.
go right.
What?
Snow bunnies never.
He said black queens forever. Oh, wait. It is snow bunnies never, black queens forever. But what's so wrong with a snow bunny? Snow bunny. We didn't do anything but just want to have fun.
Show me the model time.
Shoot, why not? This is the time to see if it does shadow ban you.
Hey, no juju, no bad juju.
Also, yeah. So how does it feel to be married to a white woman? Because your family is always like coming at me.
Yeah, let them come. Let them come.
That kind of didn't sound right. But like, what's wrong with interracial dating?
That's nothing wrong.
Like, love is love.
Love is only just a hatred.
Yeah, like, we need more love in this world, not hate for like snow bunnies. And like, why do they try to make snow bunnies sound bad? Like a bad thing. Snow bunnies are cute.
Snow bunnies forever. Black.
Snow bunnies are cute.
Ever.
Snow bunnies are cute. Tap the live. Is the black community a myth? What do you believe is destroying the black race? Ooh. Snow bunnies. Snow bunnies.
I was gonna actually make one about abortion, but I said we could just throw that in there.
Oh.
But I said I'm just gonna squeeze that in the first part. We can talk about all.
I don't know. That sounds dangerous.
I know. You see it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like they keep saying snow bunnies are taking down these black men, but like we didn't call for y'all. The BLK man is calling for the snow bunnies.
Snow bunnies now.
How's that the snow bunnies' fault? Huh? The Michigan coach, he decided to cheat on his wife. Okay? How's that the snow bunny's fault? Okay? Bad decisions is tearing down the black race. Okay?
I see you, T-Time. You're being slick. At least change the name.
Oh my gosh.
Skedaddle.
Nah, you see.
running somewhere else.
That's not her.
Run over another panel.
Oh, Kevin.
Wait.
That is so wrong.
I said another panel. Go run to it.
That is so wrong.
If you want me to stay.
Yo, tap the live, y'all. If you guys are bold enough to come and have this conversation, I know whenever we have, BLK conversations, it gets a little rough. Communication gets a little hard. If you feel like you are a great enough communicator to be able to communicate your perspective, request up. We're not gonna speak too much on what we think about the prompt just yet.
Not yet. What about abortion, y'all? Let's gonna start with that one though. I know y'all love talking about that.
What does TikTok want us to call it? Abortion?
ABs.
ABs.
Shmortions.
Shmortions.
I don't see how that is supports it and you can't say it. That's crazy work.
Some people say if you have ABs, you don't support the BLK community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say. I didn't say that. I'm just saying, do you guys agree or disagree?
Mm-hmm. Do you believe them?
Not do you agree or BLK disagree?
Babies live.
They might be confused as to why there's two voices.
Like, where is that coming from? Oh my gosh.
I'm confused. Befuddled.
Coming from somewhere, but we gotta see. Is that part of it? Is that also what's destroying the BLK race? Is that part of it?
I love that profile picture. It's giving Candace on. I love that profile picture. It's giving in a good way. I love that profile picture.
That's echoing bad.
Yeah, it was echoing. Oh, it's better. She might have had it on Bluetooth or something.
Because of Bluetooth.
Hey, Goddess.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a bias against those
names.
Hey, y'all.
Oh man, you still
got a bias against those.
Names.
That's how it sound. Wow. What you got us recording or something? You recording this? Because it don't matter. I'm already getting recorded. I stay things with my chest.
I'm gonna go up too.
I say things with my chest. I don't care about getting recorded.
Dang, what's happening?
There we go.
Yes.
Hey, Michael. Okay.
It's better. Yes,
take it
Goddess.
Took it off that Bluetooth. You know.
I love that profile picture. I do. It's your face. You're real. You're confident. Yes, Goddess.
Thank you. I appreciate it. To the prompt, I feel like the Black community isn't able to be a community because of the crab in the barrel shit. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of, I feel like something that we can't control. So. Yeah.
And then give me examples of like what crab in the barrel. I hear that term a lot. What exactly do that means? You know, what is crab in the barrel? Or for the people?
Not really trying to help other Black people come up. Or like, I mean, yeah, like, and then people like hating on you when you are Black and you're doing well.
So basically, what I learned about that term also is that they say crab in the barrel because crab tend to pull each other down while one is trying to get out. They pull each other down as soon as one of them about to escape instead of helping each other up. So that's what happens. So it's like their innate behaviors. That's what they tend to do, you know. So they just pull each other down when one of them about to escape. So that's what they. That's why they also
try to use the other one to step on top. Yeah, to climb out, to be able to climb out.
Yeah, that's what it is. The true. So yeah, that's what that term. That's why that's like that though, and that's what happened. We see that in real life. I feel you on that. Yeah. So that's why I'm like wondering. Like I hear this thing, everybody say Black community, but is it real? Where can they show us at? Where around That's what my boy Sean said in here. This is inspired by him. Where is the black community? Where would you be able to spot it out at? And what's a good example? You know, what is it? Is it ideology or something? What up, big brother John in the building? All right. Yeah. Rachel will be back. She just stepped outside the room. We getting all the queens and goddesses coming up. Oh man.
Getting all the what?
What the heck? You don't sound like a black queen.
You don't. You sound like a little boy, darling. This is
You
why
sound
you're
like
probably not getting as much as you.
I ain't worried about all that.
You are a joke.
Yeah, it's all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. Black queens. No. How was it a London person with a black queen's photo? That was some funny stuff. Did y'all see that? That's crazy. They using this in the music. So, But yeah, we trying to see where's this black community located. Like I've been hearing this term since I was younger, and I have not seen a good example. Uh he said that one there is a troll. I know for sure. Came up here just to say that thing and left.
That lady? Who?
There's somebody named Queen something came up here. What I said, why you got a black queen thing with a then sounding like you from London? She said, little boy. What are you doing, goddess? You got a teacup. You been having teacups. You been having echoes. You recording this? What's going on? Make us famous.
No, I'm not.
I'm just this my insecurities. I feel like
I expected her to speak with like a more stern voice. I don't
every
know why.
every guy. That's why I said I'm gonna have my bias against
There's
the
a
name.
very calm.
It's gonna come out soon. We gonna see if she just faking it. Cause it's gonna come out.
Man, I smoke a lot of weed and I just be
Oh, that's
chilling.
what's taming you now. Okay.
I'm a calm person.
All right. Oh, you the first calm goddess I done ran into then.
Right.
All of them feel like they
Hey,
too
man.
above approach. What they call it, above approach? Reproach. Okay, my bad. Okay, that's how you know I'm using that term. But yeah, maybe like I'm a goddess. Who the hell you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? Hear that? But all right, okay, go ahead and change the meaning up of goddess. Let's ask about that name. What made you, pick that? Let's see. I'm curious. I know it shouldn't be about you, but I just said until the room pick up a little bit.
Goddess Nefertiti. You gotta finish it.
Because goddess means beautiful woman. And goddess Nefertiti, I read a little bit about her. I forgot what inspired me though. But
Did you have to let people know you were beautiful for you to feel beautiful, I guess?
No, I've been called a goddess, and it's flattering.
Interesting. So you said, okay. Yeah, because I think everything have a meaning. My baby still taking forever to do that live, but hey,
Google goddess. It means beautiful woman.
I got you, though. I got you. Would you say you beautiful before having to make that a name? Hello?
I think what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Are you trying to convince yourself?
Yeah, because right. That's what I'm about to say. A lot of times.
I'm genuinely beautiful. Like, what the heck do I have to convince myself of?
So you didn't have to make that a name, right?
Ooh, true.
You don't like my name?
No, that's not the thing.
You think I shouldn't point out my beauty
It's
and
the
my name?
accountability role. I just like to let people think. I just like people thinking. That's all it is. Like, dang, why do I? Because I like even when we do things like wear, say makeup and earrings, tattoos, all that stuff. It's like, dang, what do I really? I ain't gonna lie, my baby just cracked on me a couple days ago about the start of a tattoo, and I was like, yeah, you right. Like, what am I doing that for? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it takes putting pride to this. That's why I'm not a advocate for pride, right? Because everybody say pride this and be proud to do that and all that stuff. I think confidence really overpowers that once people understand what confidence is, because they think pride is confidence, and those are two different things. And that's what make people kind of, and then we have pride into the wrong things. The confidence is an internal thing. Pride is more of, it's an internal thing also, but I'm just saying that usually you notice people's pride be off of external things, like, oh, I'm proud to be black. I'm proud to be like, okay, what did that mean? I'm proud to look good. Like what? So that's why confidence has always been an internal thing, what I'm saying? I think that overpowers whatever you look like. You could look like how about I said a roach thing, but I heard roach means a negative thing. So you could look like a frog. I see somebody said a frog, and so you could look like a frog and still be confident. I'm saying? Confident frogs. So I think that outbeats
You
everything.
make me want to change my name.
Oh, I mean,
that was a lot.
I just like people to think it and just
Are you high?
No.
No, I'm not high.
We don't.
No, I actually had this way of thinking without smoking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just how that is. Walk on the laugh and learn. You know what I'm saying?
She said, "Are you high?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's good. It's good. That you even stepped in. You didn't have to.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
One of the things I do believe is destroying the BLK race is vices and addictions.
Let's talk about it. What you mean? Let's get to it.
Man, remember I told you all them liquor stores?
Ooh.
And the thing is, they like to say that, like, that white tea people, like, people put liquor stores and BLK communities on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, literally, what business person is going to put nobody is buying liquor? That doesn't even make sense. They would not be putting it there if nobody was buying it. Merle Johnson, I don't know, your profile picture is kind of giving troll. What you think, main things? You let him up. His profile is giving. Okay, I guess we could try. Oh, Lord.
Hey guys.
What's up, Merle?
Hey, host. So, I want to talk about black communities, okay? I want to have my say in this.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, but that's
next conversation. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this is the conversation. Yeah, this. I felt very awkward. I'm so sorry. I'll wait for the host to come back to see if. Just hold on 1 second. Personally, I felt awkward. No, I was like, I didn't know if he was. I didn't know if he was gonna troll, but this. I mean, he was nice when he came up, but I just like. I don't know. I feel like this is a black conversation.
It is.
I feel like it's one of those things.
It's a black.
Like, why would, like, as a white tea person, like, why do you even want to talk about this? Why do you even want to come up and talk?
Maybe he got a white picture and he black.
He is not.
Let's get it. I actually like listening to white tea people's perspective.
Man, he gonna start talking and say no.
Hey guys again. Yeah, I have to admit, it does seem a bit weird, but
Yeah.
it's just not nice.
He's just playing.
But I think as a white man, it's very important to state my opinion. And I hope people can say their opinion about white people. We can coexist or something.
He's up here.
It ain't even letting me mute.
Who here is black? How many of you are black? I'm guessing all of you are. Because I don't want to find anyone.
Like, you see what I'm saying? It just feels uncomfortable.
It ain't even uncomfortable. He just told
something about him just.
Yeah, he said enough already. That was already stupid already. Oh, gotta be the stupid white tea people. All right, so let's go. They gotta be smarter than that.
He said you trying to humble her is parts of crabs in a barrel. That's God is who? What are you talking about? Him who?
Me is part of it.
Him who? Are you talking about?
Whatever man is over there, and you guys witnessed it. One of the ladies over there complimented me And then he makes a big deal out of me acknowledging my beauty and my definition.
Oh, you talking about the host? Okay, one of the ladies. Yeah, I complimented her. I said I liked her profile picture, and then but you were kind of taking a look or asking her questions about why she chose to name herself Goddess, and she felt that you were low-key trying to humble her, and that is an example of crabs in a barrel.
Interesting.
Except how is that an example of crabs in a barrel? What does he need from you?
That's unnecessary, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. I've noticed that a lot of beautiful Black women are getting humbled by, certain types of men try to humble beautiful Black women, but that's crazy. You probably like white women too, or I don't know your life. I'm not gonna put that on you.
Oh my!
But you should have more pride in the fact that your race has beautiful women,
No, I ain't gonna
the
hold
most
you.
beautiful women,
I call my daughter
instead
princess.
of being weird.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I call my daughter princess, and someone else questioned why I did that in the store, and I almost had to smack him.
Hold on,
I get where she's coming from.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't get what she talking about though, because she don't. You just came in here. All right, so Goddess, I didn't know you was going to take offense to that. I do this with everybody. I mean, overall, I always get people to question themselves. It's no different if I was to call my boy, what up, though? He down there, wisdom. I would have questioned him, what made you come up with that name, right? Because I always know that people say and do things for a reason. So if you feel humble, that means you're moving in pride, and that's a whole nother thing. Like I explained the whole entire reason why I said what I said. I just say look deep within and question, why do I do these things? I say I do this to my own self. So it's not like what is evil intent. So I think the opposite, what I said and did is actually building the Black community, because I want people to love themselves for themselves and not for what other people view them as. You see what I'm saying? So there wasn't nothing ill intent behind that. You know what I'm saying? That was not my whole purpose if you was hearing the whole full thing though. So, you can keep and do your thing though. I'm not trying to, I just want people to understand why they doing what they doing. That's all it is. So that's the whole opposite of crabs in a barrel. That is not the same.
Okay, tell me what hating ass nigga would say to a obviously beautiful woman. Oh, do you name yourself that to convince yourself that you're beautiful? No, nigga, my eyes in my mirror tell me all the time. So yes, you did not have to make that unnecessary comment, and you know that.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, I think the weed wearing off. So I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm gonna go to
That's
I'm gonna go to Wiz. I'm gonna go to Wiz.
She started off so she did say
it's wearing off though. All right, so that's cool. Go ahead and go back to doing it. I don't want to interrupt your session.
We're right about
all right, so Pretty Mocha, what you got for me? Natasha, yo, what's up, man?
What up, though?
What up, though, man?
Chilling, man, like a ceiling fan. You gotta. You gotta realize that there's certain people that don't have a capacity to engage in any of these conversations, and just leave them the hell alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. You're not gonna get anything, nowhere. It's just gonna be madness.
Yeah.
How you been doing, man? You ready for this Christmas season?
For sure, man. And I'm finally with my family now. Me and my baby together.
Hey.
Yeah.
What you doing over there?
The whole family.
And then I still ain't forget. We gotta pay you a visit because you straight up promised me some barbecue. I don't care what you're talking about. You ain't about to be hiding up in your city. I know where you at. I know that area. So.
Yeah, buddy.
I said I was gonna link up with Big Brit. I think she's staying in Ann Arbor. I was saying we gonna link up with her.
Detroit.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's that season, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's that season to connect and all of that good stuff. I was trying to get some drywall screws real quick because my lady, I just got home and she got a honey-do list out the door. But it's all good. She said, I guess we ain't gonna be able to get to this today. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go get these drywall screws right now. So I ain't got
Who here's from Detroit? Who's from Detroit in here? Anybody?
Me,
Where
and
you
my
from?
Yeah,
wife.
we're from the D. I'm from the D.
And
I'm from 6 Mile.
oh, you 6 Mile?
Oh
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
6 Mile. Yeah. My father is still in Latham Village,
So
Southfield.
let's test it if you really from 6 Mile. Why you? What's this magic words?
With the magic words. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm old though, so I'm
Often a greeting.
What's the greeting?
What's the greeting?
I was born in '67, bro.
Oh my gosh. It's what
Yeah.
up though?
What up, though? What up, though? Oh yeah. My brother,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
brother,
yeah.
you guys are my brother's age. My brother's in his 30s. That's right. Yeah, I get it. What up, though?
Ah man, people
What up,
before
We,
me
though?
was already
No,
saying it.
no, we
yeah.
weren't. We weren't saying shit. We was stupid. I was down in Cass Corridor when it was raggedy.
Heck no.
Used to donate plasma down there.
I'm glad y'all don't take offense to things that I say. I'm glad y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. What up, though? He said all that. What up, though? I'm like, come here, knucklehead. What?
yeah.
What up, though?
Hmm. Yeah, we gonna get to that. I want to talk about this a little bit, even though I started a little bit late though. Um, the taps.
Yo.
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 No, it's like yo.
Oh, he know that.
He said he know that one.
Yeah, that's been forever. Yo.
Yo. How y'all feeling?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
Good
man.
time.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa and all that other good stuff.
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
one y'all on? The green or the white?
Just the green. You can start it on up for us. Yeah.
Is the black community a myth? No, it's not a myth. It's a joke.
Oh dang!
Oh my God.
Ooh, that was good. I like
Damn.
oh,
I didn't say that. I'm not part of him.
Oh my God. Yo, that caught me
I
off
do tell people to stick
Ooh,
their foot out.
somebody give him the medal.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
That's a
it
good
is
one.
it is fallen far, far, far from grace. That is so far from grace that is embarrassing. And the things that we glorify are the things that that's damning us. The working man is now a joke, while the hustler is praised. We rather breed destruction instead of unity. Um, it's a lot of dysfunction amongst this so-called community. So that's my thoughts on the situation.
That's a good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm still shocked. Go ahead, Ted. Who's next? Oh man, Wisdom. He still gotta finish that checklist.
Yeah, you gotta pay that. He'll be back when it get done. He'll check in when it check off. All right. Pretty Mocha. Pretty Mocha. Yeah.
Hola.
Hola.
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien. Gracias.
Okay. I don't know all that. Dang, y'all chill out.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just
on.
showing off from this point.
¿Tú es dominicana?
Un
Okay.
poco, mi abuela, mi abuela.
Did y'all really say something? I'm scared now.
No, I just said, are you Dominican?
And I said a little bit from my
A
grandma.
little bit.
Oh, y'all know some things. Okay.
No, I'm not Dominican at all. I'm a
No.
visitor. I just don't
Know
Espanol.
something.
¿Hablas en español o te vas? I just got that from Casa Cerrado. Anyways, go ahead, y'all.
I worked with Mexicans
That's
for
why the
16
black
years.
community is destroying. So I'm talking.
Go
Wanted
ahead,
anything
pretty.
but black. No, okay. Is the black community a myth?
Myself,
No. I do not believe that the black community is a myth. We have proof. I said proof. We have proof of the black community existing, like Black Wall Street. What do you believe is destroying the black race?
Oh, we just
Uh,
on the green one. We just on the
Oh,
green one.
She try to be fast. She know how this
I was
live run.
finna,
She gotta be real fast.
I was
You know what I'm
finna go
saying?
win.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it's a myth at all. I do believe in the black community. I understand that today we don't have one, but we can establish it. You know, we can establish it, and it would look like how it looked before when we had community, and that was owning our neighborhoods. Tesla, what is it? Tesla, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, the communities that are under lakes and rivers now.
Okay. 84. Then we're gonna get
Yes.
wisdom in, and then we're gonna get main thing, and we're gonna try goddess again. Hopefully she ain't mad at me. All right,
I don't think it's a I don't think it's a myth. I think it's just a generational disconnect. Like I'm a Gen X and everybody after us, we have this conflict going on that I don't think should exist. It's like millennials don't like us because we did whatever, and then millennials and Gen Zs don't like us. Everyone doesn't like us, and then we're pretty much partnered up with the baby boomers because we kind of were raised the same. So I think it's still relevant. It's still, I mean, because if something goes down, you can always tell how community comes together. That's one thing. The second thing is that having knowledge of who we are as a people helps us kind of fortify ourselves. Because if you stand in this skin color, you can't help but be in community. It's just kind of hard to vibrate to something else because they always know you're different when you hit the door. You're always going to be that different person. And you're always going to be, no matter how much you want to be like them or act like them or spend money like them, you've seen the downfall of those people who all think that that's okay. And it's not. We're the only marginalized, oppressed people in the United States from the soil. Absolutely. Even Africans don't like us. So it doesn't matter. But think if we could reconnect the Gen X's to the millennials to the Gen Zs, then we have what those other people have because they don't do a lot of infighting on those levels. They keep carrying on their traditions. And like the gentleman said brilliantly, we have, and I'm responsible for that because I was on a corner in the 80s and then I got right in the 90s and 2000s and but I saw the great community we had. I saw the disintegration of the community and I see us somewhat trying to get it back together again as it once was before. So it's something to think about. Land with that.
Yeah. So is the black community a myth? No, it's not a myth. A myth means that it was never real and never existed. It was real, it did exist, but now it is dead. Community is gone. The basis of a community is a family. And the majority of our children are born outside of a family. And a good percentage of our children are being deleted. In the state of New York last year, the women deleted more of their kids than they brought to term. So
Ooh,
in
that's actually
in any people group, if the people group they don't make families and they don't create at least 2.1 kids per family on average, then the people group begins to die. The people group begins to die. So we are at 1.6, and once a community goes beneath 1.8, it's a wrap. It never comes back. We've never seen in the history of anybody tracking this data, seen a people group be able to come back from less than 1.8, and we're at 1.6. So it's over. Sorry to tell you, I was sad when I heard it. I hate that. I hate that. We can talk about rebuilding a community. We can talk about people getting together and making families and rebuilding a community. But what we have, based on what we were doing and how we think and how we see each other, how we treat each other, and all of that is gone. We got max about 2 generations left in America, and whatever remnant of us that still make families, that'll be the basis of whatever community is coming next. But women that believe that they can delete their own children and their body count don't matter and that they single independent, they don't need a man, and marriage ain't a flex, and men who think that marriage is a sheet of paper and it don't mean nothing, and it's just about a woman trying to steal all their money, and they making $50,000-$60,000 a year, talking about all the money that the women want to take from them, and a people group that delete their own children, refuse to marry each other, and won't start families with each other, right? It's not a community. It's not. Our whatever it is we've been doing is coming to an end finally. Our music is worship of our own death. It's worship of, it turns our women into sex objects. If they don't want to screw the same night that you meet them, then she has no value. The men are like bugs. You can squash one if you step on your shoes, you know, over respect, even though you don't respect yourself. So it's a wrap. Sorry to tell you. But we can have something new based on people who love God and want to make family. Everything else is cooked. That's it. That's all.
Nice. All right. Main thing, and then we're gonna get Demetrius. I think I say Demetrius. Let's see if it say Demetrius. I was right. Alan Joy. Main thing, where you at?
You might just be chilling.
You hear me?
There you go.
Where we at?
Where we at here? There. All right, the green one, first green one.
It's the black community a myth. Nowadays, yes. Hell yes. And I say that because people, I think in some people's minds, they really like that. Like they feel like they own some Black Panther shit. And truth be told is, if you're not going out your way to really help people in your community, meaning you ain't putting no clothes on nobody back, you ain't feeding nobody, you ain't putting nobody in home, helping people, kids get in school, whatever it is, you're not really for the community. I mean, that because people feel like they, I don't know, some people be feeling like just because they Black and just because Black people went through slavery, I'm for the community. Like, huh? And some people don't realize that your community is the ones that you support, the ones that you're around, the ones that you really look out for. Like, meaning there is people out here and they have a gated community and they have neighborhood watch. That's a community in itself. So I think when people talk about the specific Black community, they're only talking from, I think they just talking from a personal standpoint of, oh, we all Black and I feel like all Black people stand together and all Black, like, no, that's not true. So yes, I do think it's a mess because a lot of people say that they like that, but not really like that.
All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Demetrius, what you got for me, my brother?
I think it's a myth. What I believe is destroying the Black race and the community
We're not on that one
is when
yet.
we have is other Black people are destroying it. I would say, like, you know, I would say I do support, but I really don't. Only because if I were to say I do, then I'm not, because I'm not doing this and that, which I don't think really makes that much sense, you know? And then at the same time, we have other Black people saying you can't do this and be Black or pro-Black. You can't do this, can't do this, can't do that. So you can't really live your life without doing what other people are telling you to do, which I think is kind of just messed up. And I think that's just, you know, almost kind of like slavery. So it's just not like, you know, you can't really compare those things, but it's like, I'm not going to have somebody else who I don't know trying to tell me how to live because I don't, quote unquote, support them. And then it's like everything is anti-Black now, which I think is silly. So if I think that somebody's just saying stupid stuff, I'm not going to want to associate myself with them because then that's going to make me look stupid. So yeah.
All right. T North look like she already came. Period.
Yeah.
I don't really have, I guess, too much to say. I'm obviously not black, but
You see that?
yeah. The thing that I have to say though is like, I just feel like there's a lot of division between races, which is honestly really sad to me. I just feel like there's a lot of racism, I think, on both sides, and I believe that we are kind of
Wait,
all
wait.
created.
Pause. I'm sorry, but like, do you see the comment like that just got under there after I said that?
What
Like,
do
this is
we
what I'm
believe
talking
in?
about.
Yeah, I'm
Just
about to say you could have kept it in the comments too. You just gonna cut her off. So yeah, keep that
I
in the
couldn't.
comments.
I can't comment. My fault. I just want to say it.
oh, okay. Was that directed to me? I don't know.
No, T.
No.
Keep going. Keep
Okay.
going.
Well, anyways, I was just saying, like, I feel like we're all under God, and I just think that we should all just kind of get past what has happened in the past, in my opinion, and I don't really like the division that's between like the black community and then the white community, and then there's Hispanic community and there's Asian community, and I just it's kind of hard to even be able to reach out. Like, okay, so a lot of times whenever I reach out to like the black community or whatever to try to make friends, I just kind of feel just kind of kicked out just because I'm white. And the other way around, I've seen that too.
T North. I got a question. Is you
Yeah.
projecting?
Am I projecting?
Yeah, because I don't
In
even
what
see where that.
terms?
I don't even see where that question is at up there. You got me wondering. I'm confused. I'm like,
What do you believe that's destroying the black community or the black race? Is I just feel like there's a lot of tension in general between races.
that's what's destroying it.
I feel like it destroys community in general because I think that a lot of black people don't agree with the tension that others have between other communities and vice versa. I feel like, you're kind of being made fun of if you're too white or if you're dating outside of your race or if you act a certain way or don't listen to certain things. I do see that a lot, and I feel like that kind of destroys the community.
Interesting. So because some black people don't get along with white people, that destroy. Okay, that I guess that make a lot of sense. I guess. All right. Yeah. I think I'm not gonna act like I agree with you, but I don't agree with that point. I agree that we need to get together. Not get together. We need to get along with everybody, and whatever. The ones that actually want to get along with the ones that everybody's not an enemy. I get that part, but yeah, you all the way off topic. I don't even think that got nothing to do with about it being a myth, But it's cool. I get it. I know some white people be trying to, fit in the best way they can or whatever. Not to say that you're not, whatever. But yeah, it just wasn't part of the topic though. But it is what it is.
Yeah. That it's just a little strange to me. Like I would feel so weird. Like if this said like, what is wrong with is the Palestinian community a myth? I just would find it so hard to get up on the panel. Like I'm just so confused.
No, I wasn't
Like how could I
responding to
even
the.
speak on a community that like I
Yeah.
literally have no real insight on? Like it's only I'm just talking just in reference to this prompt. This prompt, the way it's curated, it just seems so difficult for another person of a different race to be able to speak on it.
No, I wasn't implying that the black community is a myth. I said when I first started, I don't really have anything
I'm not
to say
talking about what
that.
you're implying.
But what do
I'm
you believe is destroying the black race is what I was implying to, which is under the prompt. And I was just saying, I just feel like the race is so divided within other communities that they can't, act a certain way if they're acting quote unquote too white or da da da. That's what I was responding to. Now the black
I
community is a
understand what
myth.
you're
Yeah.
responding to, T North. I'm just saying I just don't understand how you're so comfortable answering that question. Like I just don't understand. It's so hard for me to kind of understand this.
I can tell you why she's comfortable answering the question, and it's because, in my opinion, it's on Front Street. We put our business on Front Street for everybody to see, and honestly, they make money off of it. It's business. Our drama, our lives is made to be entertainment now, and with social media being into effect, you got even more people that feel like they can jump into these business. And honestly, Tino, I have no problem with you jumping into this business because it just proves everything that I'm saying is almost factual. Like if it was more if we were more intimate with our business and our dealings and what we went through and got together in those spaces and allowed those spaces to exist only to us, then
Mhm.
only we would be able to speak on these things.
Yeah.
And now
Like,
So
we get
here's an example too. Is
hold
like
on real quick
if I was sorry.
before you do that. Before you do that, so the thing is, I have no issue, right? I do want to hear everybody's perspective. I don't even care what color you is because I believe it's something we can learn from, right? But I think my issue is right is that it's that projected thing. It seemed like, and I get it. Maybe this is something I can teach some YT people, right? And because I don't got nothing against it. I want us all to unite in some way. I'm not one of them pro black kids. I'm just not that. I got YT people I'm friends with on this thing and everything. So it's nothing I got against. But I'm saying that if you are going to try to contribute to the conversation, at least try to stay on top. It could be from what you believe in. You could be wrong or right. It could be what you believe, but it seemed like you're coming with and maybe you just not aware of how to answer this thing, and you just want to yeah, right. There you go. Somebody said feel the part, right? So you kind of, that's why I say you're just projecting off how you feel, and you don't know how to really answer this. So you like, it's like you forcing it because you're talking about, yeah, they're not, they're not they still not letting go of the past, and I don't like that stuff. And it just to help you out in the future, you don't want to do that in the wrong group of black people, right? Because they gonna take that. They gonna take offense. I'm not gonna take offense to that because I really don't care that much. I'll be trying to get us out the past anyways, though. But I'm saying like stuff like that. That's probably what gets you kicked out. Because you're not really answering the topic of how it is. You're just saying your point of view of what you feel that's not even part of this, part of this topic. It's just really not, because you're just saying y'all just need to stop fighting and all this other stuff, even though y'all got, even though YT people got the same exact issue, so that wouldn't even make sense anyway.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I do have a little bit of a knowledge of this just because you can't tell, but
so
I'm
Miss
Native.
Tino.
No, hold on. I'm Native American, South Piegan Tribe, Montana, live on a reservation. So I understand how Native Americans at least feel too, because my dad was full-blooded Blackfoot Native American.
No, hey, T
But
North,
no,
T
but
North,
I'm
T North.
saying like
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
this. It's the same
The thing is,
problem
I
though.
don't care what you say you are. I mean, me myself, I pay attention to what a person say out their mouth. I can care about what color, what race. I'm not one of those lives. It's some lives that care about it. Even the people in the comments, they care about that stuff. But I don't care that they care about this stuff because this is my life, right? So ain't no such thing as no black space when it's dealing with me and all that stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. That's just me. I don't be caring about this stuff for real. I just want to know. I want to learn from everybody, right? Including people outside, right? Because if as long as you're not trolling or now you're not coming with no racist stuff or something like that, I actually want to hear what other people think or what do they see. Just like what Taps was saying, that yes, we
That's a
put
good, yeah.
ourselves out there. We
No,
put ourselves.
I'm
We
not
put.
coming in saying I'm Native
I know
American to
I'm
try to.
not done. I know I'm not done. That's crazy. I know
Okay.
I'm not done. So all I'm saying is that I do like that, what Tap said though, because this is going to help. At least if we can really listen, because I think that is listening, and that's on either color. They just don't know how to listen. Neither side. It's obvious now. Is that we take the time to listen, we can learn from one another, or see how people may view us, even if they're not part of us. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I am. So you don't have to worry about is this a black group, or do I have to say my color and my genes and where my father is from? You don't have to do all of that. It's just answer the question of how it's presented, and
Okay,
that's how I am. You know
I'll
what I'm
answer
saying?
the question specifically how it's presented. Is the black community a myth? No, I do not believe it's a myth. What do you believe is destroying the black race? I believe what's destroying the black race or any minority race is the fact that we kind of segregate ourselves in a certain way. We have a certain type of animosity. And I'm not saying, oh, well, I'm Native just so I can try to feel like I'm involved in what you guys feel. I know that Natives have different feelings about that. But I will have to say it's the same kind of concept. They do not want to be involved with the white man and da da
Okay, so
da. What
let's
I
say
feel
that
like
then.
is destroying the black community is the
Let's say that
fact that
then.
it is kind of internally creating a bomb of, if you are not acting a certain way, you know, you're kind of losing your black card or
So
whatever.
let's say this then,
It's the
right? Yeah,
internal. Okay, go ahead.
D North. Yeah, let me say
Yeah.
this then. So, because I'm trying to make sure you ain't projecting, right? So let me ask
I'm
you
not
this. So say if it's the opposite, right? Say to fix the problem, you're basically saying that because you feel, I guess you feel the biggest issue is that we separate from YT people, right? Is that and that's supposed to help the black community, which it don't add up to me though, whatever. But what say if we did? Say if if we was focused on rather than be focused on other black people of getting ourselves together, right, to help the so-called black community. You said we should focus on making sure we get along with YT people. So how is that? I'm not saying I got a problem with YT people, but I'm saying how is that going to help the black community? How is that going to help? You tell me that. Tell me that.
I think that they are going against each other in a lot of ways.
But what that got to do with
No, it
what you
has
just
nothing
said?
to do with YT people.
Yeah, I thought so. So say less. That's what I was about to say. So from this point, as I say, I know, and it's okay. It's
So
okay though that I see that you're trying though. But I don't know that don't like I said that don't add up. With what you're
Okay,
saying,
well,
it just
the
don't add
last
up.
prompt is, what can black people learn from other
We didn't
races?
even
I'm
go
saying,
through
like,
all those. We haven't even went through all those yet. We only
yeah,
doing
can
the.
I
We
say
haven't
something?
even
Can
went
I
through
say
everything.
something real quick?
But
The idea that you've been kind enough to let her come in and trade her opinion from an outside perspective is really cool. I think that the host needs to be accommodated or applauded for that. But also she's kind of taking us hostage with her opinions of what she thinks we're about as a people, right?
right.
And that's also not okay. The fact that we as a people are still community, because if we ask white people, do you think the white community is a myth? What do you think they're going to say? Right? They're going to say
I
something.
don't
No,
think the
hell no.
black community is a mess.
Amen. So, but you took us hostage with your ideals from a perspective from outside the stadium instead of being inside the stadium. And I think the pushback is very gentle, very nice, because I've been on panels where the white perspective is so skewed and distant and denial and based on propaganda that they can't even see the truth when it's right in front of them. We are on different teams, unfortunately. I've been on this planet 58 years and I'm not going to lecture you, but we are on different teams. If my people, I don't care what people say, pro-black or whatever, when my people ride, I ride with them. I'm not riding with y'all because I understand riding with you is not cool. But at the end of the day, the fact that we are we have a history and the history is still relevant today. And because I lived that history in this day, in the peripheral, all the suburbs and all the money and all the stuff that happens in the redlining that still is going on today, while a group of people are suffering, other people have an opinion from the mountaintop, you can still sit there and go, well, this is what I think. It's kind of like it doesn't make any sense. And I'm gonna land with this.
Yeah.
When you are talking about community, according to the definition, it does not say that we have to have this we have to have all these other things going on. We are, because we are black, period, says that we are a community. That's all, according to the Google. So when you come into these spaces, make sure that you know that your audience has already lived a certain lifestyle that you will probably never experience in your life. And so that you have perspective based on something that has nothing to do with reality. I'm gonna land with that.
Yeah, so I'm
Can I
gonna
say
say
something
this.
before I step, Kev?
I'm a little bit different though, because everybody. I don't believe everybody went through stuff, and I don't know. I disagree with a couple things he said, but that's his life, right? I don't believe you. We say that I will ride for my people. Ain't no color behind it. I ain't gonna even lie. It's not no based off of. It's based off of who's trying to contribute what to help the world. That's what or people of God. That's what I do if we want to be real.
Right.
And I'm not longer off that, but you said, what did he say? He said, dang, it was another point that he had said that I wanted to, I remember later though. It was something I wanted to say towards what oh yeah, the struggle thing, right? Or whatever. It's other BLK people that don't even know about other BLK people. So we are not the same. I know we want to, say BLK is a monolith or people or YT, because I don't believe they're a monolith. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I'm giving her a chance because I don't go just based off the skin. I base it off of if somebody's trolling or not, and somebody can be BLK up here, BLK up here trolling the same way as we in space. So I don't have me myself now. In reality, I don't have that hatred in me just like the average dude, because I know I didn't go through the same thing that, you know, I dealt with my traumas. I dealt with all the other things. So I don't try to tie it to the things that people try to force me to be in because I think outside the box. And that's cool though. But
well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I do apologize,
cool.
but like
you don't have
I was
to
kind of comparing what
you don't have to.
I was kind of comparing this in comparison to, you know, the reservation, what it's like living on the reservation with Native Americans, and I just kind of felt like honestly, we do feel the same way in a lot of aspects, like historically and stuff with the Black community. So I was just kind of telling you guys what I've seen with that aspect. And I know that they're different, but I wasn't trying to, you know, insult anybody. You know, I believe that, you know, the Black community is a great, honestly, a really great community. But I do see flaws with, like, just, you know, in certain ways that I've stated before, and that was just my opinion, and it is an opinion because it's a prompt and it's an open prompt, it's an open panel. So I just stated mine, and you know, it's all love. I'm not trying to be like whatever, blah blah blah, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I said. I get you came up here to say what you felt was on your heart, but what you said was on your heart just did not match the topic. It just did. That's all I'm getting on about that.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah, that's all that is, though. I had nothing against it. I understand and I agree with you. You're trying to come with it with love from what I see, so I feel it. All right, Taps, you had something?
Yeah, right. Like I don't. These comments, they pissing white races is destroying the Black community. Like, we so quick to point the finger on somebody else, bruh. That is impossible. And it is no white person destroying our communities. It's not. We literally make things popular as a community. It doesn't sell if we don't buy it. Everything that is banging right now, the music, the fashion, the TV shows, everything that's banging, we made popular. If we didn't want it, we wouldn't put money into it. It wouldn't sell. It wouldn't be out. Baddies wouldn't exist. Gangster rap wouldn't exist anymore. A lot of the fashion trends with the see-through shit wouldn't exist anymore. We are buying into this. We say they setting the table, and we're willingly walking up to that table and saying, "Feed me more bullshit," and then gonna point the finger at them for setting the table for setting the table for us. They didn't force us to eat the shit. We eating the shit and digesting it into our children, and now our children is glorifying it, and that's the next generation fucked up.
Yeah.
Stop pointing the fingers, bro. I swear, bro. Stop pointing the finger.
That's damn near impossible. That's damn near impossible now. But I was about to say this though. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm about to call this comment out because I've been seeing what they've been putting down there. I do this in my sleep. I find that too funny. You've been saying all that stuff about Black spaces and all that stuff, and then you talking about how happy I left America. That is so funny. So like, what the heck? That's the biggest contradicting thing. You're not even a part of us either. Then, if that's the case, like, how you gonna talk about the YT person? You're not even American no more. Like, you need to stay in your spaces. What the heck? That's crazy. All right, so who came up for? I'm gonna get let's get Pretty Mocha. Then we get a Nasi, that little Chewy dog thing, and then Big Ups.
Hola. Okay.
Hola.
So we on the second one.
The host. Oh, did you? No, we still on the first one. Oh, did you already answer that one?
I did. I answered the first one.
Okay, my bad. Oh, you must have dropped down and came back up later. That's all. Forgot.
Yeah, Nasi ain't answer the joint. Big Up and fucking whoever Hole is, and Stu.
Okay. Second, you drop you right back. All right, babe. All right. Let me see. So they didn't change everything up on this thing. You said who said a Nasi, Stewie, then Big Up, then Wholesale. I'm back in black. Ain't unnecessary. And I see. All right. Let's see. Let's do Stu. Stu, what you got for me?
Hey, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. It's good. It's good.
I guess coming at this from a perspective of a Caribbean Black person who lives in Brooklyn. Um, the Black community
No, you're
is
not black
definitely not.
enough.
Stop! No, wait. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Sorry. I will say that the Black community, I'm guessing the African American Black community, is definitely not a myth. You guys are phenomenal and great. Um, um, I wouldn't say that the Black race is being destroyed in any kind of way. I think you guys are doing phenomenal. What you could learn from other races, nothing. I think you can learn from other cultures, but I wouldn't use race as a placeholder for culture.
Just on the green one.
I will say that I think there's a unique perspective that Black Americans have on race than the other diasporan Blacks would have, and that we were allowed to use our culture as identity, and you guys were forced to use race as an identity here. We had the benefit of growing up with an absence of whiteness. I don't mean just like white people. I mean the system of whiteness, the weaponization of whiteness didn't exist for us. And the funny thing about whiteness is when whiteness doesn't exist, Blackness doesn't exist either. So if anything that is destroying the Black race, it is the weaponization of whiteness. That for sure is
I
very
need you to
targeted.
explain what that meant. What did that mean when you said it?
We didn't have white police officers. We didn't have white law enforcement, white education systems, healthcare systems, white landlords. There was nothing reminding us that our value is based on our race. Where here in the United States, you're constantly being inundated with that your one race has inherent value and the other race has none. And you learn that at a very, very young age. Before you can even form words, you are quite aware that one race has it all and the other race has none. And that does something quite permanent to someone's brain. It's very racially traumatic growing up in this country. It
Wait,
has
so
to
is
be.
that what you meant when you said if no black race is no white race? I
Yes,
forgot.
it doesn't. When whiteness does not exist in your life like mine did, I was very fortunate and privileged to have this. I didn't think about Blackness. Yes, I knew I was Black, but it wasn't your identity. What you did was your identity. Your culture is your identity. Sometimes you
Yeah, it
guys
have
talk
nothing
about
to
Black
compare
so
it to.
much, but what
Yeah.
you're talking about is your culture. And every time you say Black, white people hear race because they have no comparable culture. So when you talk about certain things, I want you to be really specific that you're talking
Wasn't
about
it
culture
Watty
rather than
people
race.
that did that? Wasn't it Watty people that called us that though? Like we following them. What they gave us.
Don't. Just don't. You have
That's
so
all
much, you have so much more. You have so much more than what they're giving you. You guys are very, very lucky to be born into a community based on love, care, and consideration of others.
That's
And
a
they are
lot.
born on a cult community of control, compliance, and exploitation. They do not have anything remotely comparable to what you guys have.
Yeah, that's a
And in
lot.
that, you guys have privilege.
That's a lot.
That
Yeah.
privilege you do have.
That's not
Are you a
true.
white
Hell
woman?
no.
You do have privilege. You have a lot
Are
of
you a
love,
white woman?
a
You
lot of
said she,
care, a lot of
you said
consideration.
she
in the
was Black
community.
Caribbean or something like that.
Yes, Black
So
Caribbean.
why is you saying you guys instead of us or we?
Because she's
I'm
not
not Black
American.
American. I have a very different, I didn't grow up here all my life.
Yeah,
And
she
my
not
culture
American.
is not Black American. I'd be appropriating if I was doing that. I have my own.
It's just like that passport person that's talking about that. They're not American no more. They've been talking about getting. But yeah. They know when to separate they. So they know that Black is not the same all around. Though. It's just Americans.
The experience, I would say the experience isn't the same. Just because we live in the same world doesn't mean we share the same reality.
Yeah, Africans don't call themselves Black. I think they just say African. But
I'm racially Black, but I'm not culturally Black, if that should maybe make it more sense to you.
Got you. And that's only according to the YT people that called us BLK and all that.
Yeah, you guys have a very rich culture. Very, very rich culture.
He's of a different tribe.
Or maybe. You know what? Who's a Nancy? I love a Nancy. I like your username. If anybody knows like West African stories, Nancy's pretty great.
So, big ups. What you got for me?
I just want to feed off of
America.
Taps. I want to feed off of Taps, man. Like he say, you know, we the ones setting the tone. They the table, but we basically the food. You know, you always supposed to, every race supposed to eat off their own talent. You don't let nobody eat off it. Everybody eating off of us. Yeah, we spend trillions, we spend, but we consume, but we not producing nothing for ourselves. You know, you got to have something locked. You know, when you look at us, you know, in America, when you look at a successful black person, most of the time you look towards entertainment, things of that nature, you know, not inventions. Like even the guys that's like Jay-Z and them, when they getting money, instead of them getting money and saying, I'm gonna try to maybe invent a new car to compete with Tesla, you know, get on a level like that and put black people on like that, you know. Same with the community. You know, everybody come in our community to get dollars, but we don't understand group economics. You know what I'm saying? As a group, as a whole, that they keep our dollars in our community, you know what I'm saying, for so many hours or days, like other cultures do. They come to our community and they cipher everything, like he said. Even with the rap music, we give it to them. We give them everything, the entertainment, the athletics, you know, sports. We give it to them. They know we got the talent, and they gonna eat, and they gonna eat way more than us in the end, you know. And then on the lower level, and in the community, we don't want to do nothing. We were slaves, so after we became slaves, we always want to work and we want to get paid, and that's why a lot of other people that do come from other countries. That if you look at a lot of other countries, just look at videos, you see a lot of them, they selling stuff, you know, doing different things. So when they come over here, they open up businesses, but they come in our neighborhood, open up the gas station, the little Dunkin' Donuts, the 7-Eleven, the Migos, they're gonna open up the tire shops. They taking over the landscape, but they understand it's money into everything. It's money into bottles of water. It's money into t-shirts. Just like you get Gucci, but you can sell a shirt for $5. But we don't understand group economics. You know, just like I don't know which y'all is on this panel. You might be an engineer. Another one might be a doctor, but we got to keep that in our circle. Another one might be into real estate, but we keeping that money into our circle and everything. You know, medicine. You know, they can trick us with medicine because a lot of us ain't really educated as far as the medical field. We do have people that's doctors and lawyers, but not like locked in as us as a group. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else do. We got to get things like that locked. Look,
See
basics.
what you talking about? That shit comes with being taught at home and early. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers is not. They're not necessarily raised up in that. That's black community. That's what that's talking about, and that's what that look like. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, the black home is just not structured like that off gate. You know, our culture being infiltrated. So everything that you speaking of, it goes against the individualistic mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah, but that's why I said group. I didn't say individual. I said group. You can have your individual
I'm agreeing with you,
mindset, but you got to still.
I think he agreeing with you. Yeah, he agreeing with you.
I'm agreeing with
Right.
you, Pimpin'. I'm agreeing
Right.
with you.
You know, you can have your individual. You might. That's why I said you might be a barber, whatever you may be, whatever, a baker, a tailor. You know, whatever. You know, the little stores they look at our neighborhood. We look at the little Arabs. She's like, they coming out. Maybe like, man, you look at the stores. You got the guys hanging all out in front of the stores, but they in the stores. They making money. You know, they might come through and make $5,000 in one day. You think they ain't? Just the little candies, little people be buying, squares, blunts, all that. They kill them. Then they taking the money right out the neighborhood. They ain't gonna spend a dime with you. But then they go in their community. They got their own stores among themselves. That's why they got their wealth is triple than ours. Because they come over there with the beauty shops, the Chinese places, whatever. No, we ain't doing none of that. We supporting our own. That's when you know you got a culture. How many of them come buy our food if we do, even though we know some of our food ain't really good for us, you know, through slavery, you know, it causes, you know, different like elements, high blood pressure, different stuff like that, or diabetes. So you still got to educate yourself on your health. But then the good thing, like you said, with the family, yeah, you do need to do that. Like most of these people right now, with the technology now, education is right in your hand. Like we communicating with each other right now. We're connected right now. Even though we're not connected physically, but we're connected. You see what I'm saying? And you have your kids, like you say, you teach your kids certain things. That's the good thing about a kid. It's almost like a computer. It's a hard drive. You know different things, so
You can
you teach
program
your
they
kids
have.
different things. and how to, you know what I'm saying, how to communicate, you know.
All right. Let's get Dirty in and then get Main Thing in after that. We go open panel. What you got for me, my brother?
What's that, man? I mean, to be completely honest with you, based on your picture, I think all in all, it's really just individualism, bro. I think that's probably one of the hugest things in the black community that's tainting everything because people be too cool for school, and I think we bought into the Eurocentric mindset of getting the American dream. And you know how like the American dream is like. The American dream is, the white picket house. I mean, the dog with the picket fence and the wife, and the retirement plan. But then, the one thing that's adjacent to that is having all that, but having done it by yourself. And I think we bought into that. It was never some like, I think we say a lot of things that we don't really understand. People say you came into this world alone and you die alone. But the thing is like, that's not something we always believed in. You come from source. Like everybody come from source. You know what I'm saying? We say these things because we hear it and it bounced through generation, and then we not understanding the place we put on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I think motherfuckers, and I think when we get to the point where we actually start thriving, the first thing, because you notice like people complain about the system when they at the bottom of it getting the boot put on their neck. But the moment they start to advance in that very same system, you start to notice that people willingness to change it all of a sudden go out the window. And it's because of that individualistic mindset. Oh, now I'm up, I'm feeding my family. And I had to tell my homies, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I get it, you trying to eat and look out for your family. But at the end of the day, if you the only black person in the world to make your money, you got a nice big ass condominium or whatever you want to call it, plenty cars, and then you have children. Well, who your kids gonna grow up with to share that with, to share that abundance with? You know what I'm saying? Like you so focused on getting it all on your own that you willing to stop the progression of the people, your brothers next to you, in order to attain what it is that you're looking for. But then when you make it to the top, you look around and ain't nobody else up there with you to enjoy that wealth and that abundance with. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So I don't know. I just think it's individualism that's gonna beat our ass.
Yeah, that's a fact. Y'all kind of basically answered the what's destroying the part. Yeah, okay, all right, that's good. I agree with that also. I think that is one of the biggest things: the entitlement mentality, the lack of forgiveness, the no grace. We don't have no solid moral stance. We don't have a purpose. We don't have the motivation to do things. We make excuses about this. Our health. That's a lot of stuff.
Man, no cultural esteem, none of that shit. That's why, like, if you notice, and this is crazy, you look at like people from like Uganda or like the people from African countries who come over here and they take off. And I'm not denouncing, you know what I'm saying, like the credit advances that they get, you know what I'm saying. But when they come over here, you know what I'm saying, they subjected to the same shit we is, but the problem is they got high esteem in their culture. You know what I'm saying? You see them bring their brother over, they, you know what I'm saying, come over, they get the hotel. Next thing you know, the hotel clerk is, you know what I'm saying, their brother is the hotel clerk, their late cousin is, you know what I'm saying, the valet, and they bringing people over, then they make a bucket. They living in a three room apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, but it's 8 of them in there. You know what I'm saying? They not looking at each other like, are you a bum because you living with me, or I'm a bum because I'm living with you. They esteem, they cultural esteem got it where, you know what, we just trying to make a way for the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Versus while as us, we got the opportunity, we just don't got the cultural esteem. They not coming over here and seizing an opportunity that's not here for us. We just here and we got all these opportunities, but we don't know who the fuck we is. So how can I love you? I don't even love myself properly. I don't, man, listen, you see the self-hate, but we so desensitized to it that we not even programmed to realize it and enough to change it. Like,
I must have found your topic. You just came prepared for this one. Okay, I see you.
Nah, I talked to, I ain't gonna lie to you. This one didn't matter. Like, if you seen in the comments, I put finally, because, you know, on this TikTok shit, you get a lot of people, like, they be talking. They don't be talking about nothing. This like of substance right here. This the shit that matter. And then to have like-minded individuals is crazy.
I appreciate you, man. I'm actually probably add you. If that seems like you talk about this, and this is something I talk about a lot anyways, though. So, yeah.
Hey, Kev, I'm about to slide up out of here. Thanks for having me, Mo.
For sure. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
Hey, Bella. Keep God in your life, foot nigga.
Oh my God.
I love when he do that. It is so funny when he do that. He just pick random people and
We be sitting forklifting.
forklift. He got it. Like, I was like, who about to get it? I was wondering who was gonna get it. He just picked random people. All right, let me get Anasi. What you got for me? Is you back? I know he wanted to try. Then we get Loco and then go back to open time.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh no, they gotta get Bella. I gotta get Anasi, Bella, then Loco.
Yeah, I'm here.
What you got for me?
You know what? The brother who was saying that before me, man, shit, he motherfucker just cooked all the damn
Just
grits.
took all the meat, right? That's crazy.
I mean,
work.
took all the goddamn.
No diddy.
Ain't leave. No diddy.
Appreciate it, much love.
Yeah, ain't leave no meat on the bone. But but what he said, you know what I'm saying, kid? Y'all know me. I be saying the same shit. Is that we selfish? And that's what's has destroyed the black community over the past several decades, 50 years. We became extremely selfish. We became, what am I gonna get out of this? What does this do for me? How does this benefit me? And I just a bunch of selfish sons of bitches. And at the end of the day, when we forgot what really gave us power and strength and foundation, the very things and core values that gave us that, the other community stripped that from us and told us that ain't what we need, that ain't what we wanted. And we listen to them, and they doing exactly what we used to do, which is putting family first, putting the community first. Because at the end of the day, we all gotta die. Come on now. At the end of the day, we all gotta die. Death has no favorites. Time is a monster that can't be reasoned with. Let me give y'all time is the only currency that you spend and you don't know the balance. That's what the black community is doing. We out here spending it just like we got all the fucking time in the world and just trying to out nigga each other. That's what's destroying us. Instead of saying, like the brother before me said, hey, here's the business plan, but it's going to take all of us to make it happen. And when we execute this plan, we won't have to worry about shit come 4, 5, 10 years down the road. Why don't we do that? What's so hard about doing that? What's so hard about understanding when somebody has a plan that has the potential to work, to put in on it and make it come to fruition? Because that's what every other community does. Every other community that is getting ahead and staying ahead puts a plan into effect that involves the family. And as a result, the family always wins. We're the only community that seems to think that we got to start behind the 8 ball. Because if you don't start out in the struggle, then somehow you ain't black. When did being black be equated to struggling? Oh man, you ain't get it out the mud. Look, let me tell y'all something. My kids will not know shit about getting it out the mud. You dig? Fuck that mindset. And if you got to get it out the mud, then the next generation should not have to get it out the mud. That's the whole point.
Absolutely.
The next generation is supposed to be better than what you were. That's the fucking point. If you had a fucked up credit score in your 20s and 30s, by the time your kids come along, they supposed to have good credit, good to perfect, and then the generation after them is supposed to have perfect credit. I'm gonna say this and shut up. We have to stop trying to hold back the next generation. Tell them what they need to hear. Show them the path. Don't let them stumble around in the dark and fuck around and find out. Because you ain't got time to make all the mistakes everybody before you made. And I'm going to shut up.
Okay. Hold up, I got something for you. Hold
Fucking
on.
bars, my boy, fucking bars.
All right, Bella. Under my umbrella, Bella. Okay. And then Loco after that. What you got for me, Bella?
Hi. So the black community, is the black community a myth?
Me personally, I don't like when people group people together just based on their skin color, because just because we share a skin color does not mean that we share other things. So when I think of my community, I think of the community in which I reside. I think of my professional community. I don't think that things that affect Black people or Black skinned people, I don't think that that is just exclusive to them. Like, it's other people of different colors that also endure these type of things. They have these issues within their community as well. It's not exclusive to Black people. They're degenerates in every color.
Yeah,
So I don't think I think what I do know to be true is that in America, that Black people were subjugated and they were oppressed. That is a known fact. And I think now that we have the explicit racist legislation off of the books, now it's going to take the Black Americans time to get up to their counterparts. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's only been about 65 years. I mean, 65 years compared to where your counterparts had like a 400-year head start. You just don't compare. It really takes time. I think that Black Americans are in their toddler stage where they are just finding what it is that they need to do to progress in America. I think we just have to give it time. It's just too early.
You, I was gonna say, can you elaborate on too early?
Yeah, it's too early.
Yeah, before we do
How
that,
do you figure it's too early?
yeah,
I
before we do
mean,
that,
go ahead.
before we do that,
Because I
'cause
mean,
we got,
in the grand scheme. In the grand scheme of things, I mean, we established the United States in, I don't know, well, we won the Revolutionary War in like 1777, and then you had the European migrants that came over here in like the 1600s or 1500s. I'm not quite sure which year it was, but they've had all of that time to grow and establish to become what they are, and during that time, Black Americans were subjugated and they were oppressed. They didn't have those opportunities. They didn't have opportunity for land ownership. They didn't have they just didn't have socially upward economic opportunities. It's only until recently when we took all of the explicit racist legislation off of the books that now they're just beginning to have these opportunities. So it really just takes time, because just because you made something illegal on Monday doesn't mean on Tuesday all of a sudden everything is all good. It takes time.
Yeah, so
I get what you're saying. I get what she's saying.
yeah, so let me say, y'all about to add some more when I literally said that's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna say this real quick, because now I'm thinking about it, I don't think the last three people really, because I don't think I got a solid answer out of that one, even though I agree with everything what they said, what was said. So just to answer, just to get it out the way, just in general, you can believe it or not like it, whatever it is, right? Is the Black community a myth? I just want to get that out the way. For the last three people, so Bella, Anasi, and then Derry. So is the Black community a myth, Bella, or do you even believe in it?
So I don't group people together based off their skin color. So for me, if I just have to answer it very simply, it is a myth to me.
Okay, there you go. I'll take that. There you go. That's all I'm asking for. Nasi, what you got? Is it a myth or not?
No, I'll explain later.
Okay, cool. And Dari, what you got?
I ain't gonna lie. That's a complicated question for me to answer. It's too much for me to go into. So
I can feel you on that. And that's cool. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, because I think when we get to the open panel, we can all kind of expand on it, see if we even really I don't know if I. Let me see. Do I believe? Let me see. Black community is a myth. I don't know. I just can't see it. I don't even know what it takes to be a black community or something like that. Because you can't just say, well, it's a neighborhood full of black people. That's a black. I don't know. I feel like is it. Then I got to look at the definition of what a community is anyway. Like what? How do you separate that? What is
Well,
it?
that's what I was getting to. Like I was trying to. What do you mean by community?
Right. I like that you said that. Right.
Yeah, I went and looked that up before.
What is it, babe?
Okay, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, or a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals.
So by that definition, depending on how far we talking, yes, I believe it's a myth. Then.
I think it's the opposite. Based off that definition, that mean it's real. I mean, that's family then. I mean, if that's the case, they talking about living with one another. What else does? You said basically living, sharing the same.
Yeah, there's two definitions.
So
yeah.
okay. So then, I don't know. You might be. I think I get what Durry's saying too, though. Because I don't think it's based off the black. You know what I'm saying? That don't make it the community. So yeah, I see that part. So that might be the myth part. Yeah, I get that. So local. One more person. Then y'all can have y'all way after this because I'm gonna let my baby take over for a little bit and I'll be back. But local, what you got for me? And then y'all can rock out.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me. I'm grateful. Thank you. I just jumped in because I maybe on the subject. Might have thought, some people might want to hear a different, perspective.
Stick your chest out.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, if y'all can't tell, 100%.
You don't have to say it. We see the picture.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I mean, no one ever knew that because I don't see color.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
About to tell you with that word though.
You don't see colors.
Can I go?
All right.
Oh my gosh.
You don't see colors.
Leave Bella alone.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I get what she's saying.
So anyway,
boy, you was in the wrong group. You get towed, boy.
Anyway, yeah, it's cool. That's why I'm here. Anyway, I'm from deep down.
They ain't talking about you, man. You centering yourself, boy. Go ahead.
And I believe it's a myth. I know it's a myth. No, I see it with my own eyes every day. No, there is a black community, and it's, I don't know, depending on where you are in the nation, I guess maybe it might be a little different. But where I'm from, sometimes like other communities might be jealous of the way some communities come together. You know what I mean? Like all the time. Like, I mean, I can only speak from my personal experience. There's actually like cousins and people that I do not see, that I don't talk to, and I haven't talked to for years. You know what I mean? I don't see this in the black communities that I know that live around me. You know what I mean? They make sure, even if they don't like each other, whenever there's a holiday or birthday or whatever, they still come together. You know what I mean? And like some of my friends that I know, they do like to say something similar, like, "Oh, black people can't come together," and I always tell them like, that's bullshit, because you know what I mean. It's, yeah. Like I don't know. That's a fallacy. You know what I mean? I don't believe it. Now, do I also know that like there's been purposeful political, suppression over so many years of, written law or whatever, redlining, you hear about all that, like, yeah, that does exist. That did happen. But that doesn't mean that like there's no black community. I mean, in my opinion, like black people come together better than any other community.
Yeah, show me that. Show me where that at.
At least below I-20 in Mississippi. I don't know where y'all from, but shoot, I can see it every weekend. I can see it on the holidays. You know what I mean? Even if somebody mad at this other person or whatever, they still show up, break bread, eat together, have a good time together. You know what I mean? And like, that's not always the case with everybody else. You know what I mean? So I would say it's not a myth, in my opinion. And it is unfortunate, like with what Bella was saying, that we have to, as human beings, we have to create this, you know, it should just be an all human community. I agree with you, Bella. You know what I mean? We all breathe the same air, we eat the same food, live on the same earth. You know, it shouldn't be like that. But unfortunately, it's like that. We've been characterized as been, you know, they pretty much trained us, they raised us, you know, to believe in if your religion is different, if your classification is different, if you don't make this much money, if you're this race, you got blue eyes or green eyes or whatever, you know what I mean? They gotta divide and conquer because, you know, the worst thing that could happen for them is that we actually come together. You know, so I agree.
Man, you still going? I just noticed that I had a whole timer on you. That's crazy. All right, so let's get Ariel in, and then my bad, y'all. I thought I was gonna start it soon, but Ariel just came up, so I just want to get her out the way, and then y'all open panel. You know, we can see color. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. Go ahead, Ariel.
Hey y'all, how are y'all doing?
Hi y'all. Hey Ariel, long time no see.
I know.
It's Rachel.
I know.
She know who my baby is.
I know. Hey Rachel.
Hey honey.
Is the Black community a myth? Yes, it is. It is a myth. And the reason why I say it is because, and I hate to put a whole group of people in a collective group. When I say this, because everybody's different and everybody's not the same, and they don't feel the same way either. But there's a lot of Black people, I think, if they were more communicative and being honest about how they feel about a lot of things and actually talking and working things out and not always having the first result to being a fist fight or argument, we will get somewhere in life. But we haven't got to that point, and I don't think, honestly, unless there is something that really changes, we're ever going to get to that point, to having a healthy, if you look at the definition of what a community really is, until we get to that point where we're actually a community, then we'll be okay, but we haven't got there. And I don't think we're going to get there, to be honest with you.
All right.
Did y'all answer the questions at the bottom yet, or no?
No, we just on the green one.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's my point to that. I don't think that Black people have made a community yet. A successful community. When it comes to the society we live in right now.
Interesting. So what an insult. You don't see color. Saying, all right. Brandon, what you got for me, Brandon?
Is the Black community a myth? Back in the day, I would say we probably did, but now, hell no, we ain't got no community, man. I mean, we arguing about a bunch of foolishness, bro. I mean, we can't really come together about basic stuff. I mean, we don't even have family reunions no more. You know what I'm saying? Family ain't family no more like it used to be. Like everybody for themselves. It's dog eat dog out here. It's rare when you could see a 2-parent household, cousins, everybody getting along. That's rare, bro. We don't have that no more, bro. That's gone. Anybody who see that, man, you lucky. Cause I don't see people coming together for Thanksgiving, all that no more. Now, if you go to Thanksgiving, it's just your immediate family. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
people
your
that hate
mom,
each other.
one auntie, one cousin. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, I remember going to my great aunt house. It was all of us. It'd be like 30 people there. Now, man, you lucky if you see 5 family members, man. So, no, family ain't family no more, bro. That's over with. I land.
All right, open panel, y'all. I'm not about to. This is another.
Wait, who said they didn't speak color?
First of all, yeah. Some folks said it, but let me go ahead and address that. You don't see color.
Don't get triggered, y'all. Don't get triggered.
You don't see color. All right, don't bring your ass to the South. Cause let me tell you something. Them good old boys, they ain't got no problem reminding you that your ass is black. I promise you, they ain't got the first, second, or third fuck about reminding you that your ass is a colored coon. And they will show you better than they can tell you. Because one thing about Southern folk, they do not placate and sugarcoat the shit and tell you it's a jelly donut. So stop with that I don't see color. You may act colorblind, you damn dog and cat, but I promise you, these motherfuckers see color in 4K. I grew up around that shit.
Damn.
So I know you better recognize who the hell you are, or somebody gonna tell you. Now let me jump to the community side. Somebody said black folk have not been a community before. Look, we did it in 1920 in Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We did that with Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? We did it in North Carolina. That was around, it was like 1940, the Hyatt district. It was called the Black Capital of the South. In its prime, it was in the 1800s. Harlem, New York did it in the 1920s. That was called the Black Mecca. It was in Washington, D.C. I mean, there has been cities after cities after cities that has been considered historic black communities. The problem is, like I said, y'all motherfuckers got selfish. When they destroyed it, y'all started wanting to look out for yourself. Nobody wanted to come together again. Nobody wanted to say, you know what? Yeah, we know they took it from us, but if we do it again, they're going to have a harder time taking it from us again because we're going to be prepared. Too many black folk today want to look out for their own selfish fucking ways. And that's why we ain't got no community, a community worth building some shit. The only community we got now is a ratchet, stupid, stinking ass bitches
I
and
think that's
niggas
your
that don't want to do
community.
nothing. No, ma'am, I'm actually talking about your community because you the one
I
said you
think
don't
it's
see
your
color.
community because
That's your
my
community. That's
community,
your
the
community because
community,
your community
my
don't see
community
color.
doesn't
Your
have
community don't see
that.
color. Your community don't see color.
No,
So
I don't see
your
color. I
community
don't
don't
see
see color.
color.
Yep, yeah,
So
exactly. I know you don't. A
and
hit hyena
I live
holler
in the
is always
South.
gonna try to fuck around in the
I'm
proud
from the
lands. Yeah,
South, and
I
my
don't care. Ask me if I give a fuck.
grandpapa,
I don't give a damn.
my
Promise you, I don't give a fuck.
grandpapa grew
Not one
our
fuck.
family
Not one
wealth
fuck is
in the
given. Not
South.
one fuck is
We
given,
own
earned or
several
concerned. Not one
Wait, wait,
fuck
commercial
is
let her
real
given.
speak
estate
one
I
time,
don't care
buildings
Anas.
if you
Let her
in
own
speak
the
one time.
several fucking
Southeast.
donkeys.
Yeah, I do want to
I
see
don't
what she
care
got
if
to
you
say.
So
own
I don't
several
have to
donkeys
insult
because
people
you
to
don't
get my
own,
point
you don't see
across.
color.
My
You don't see color.
grandpapa is
So
from the
take
South. He
your
owns
racist ass.
several
Yeah, let her.
commercial buildings
Let her.
in the Southeast. So yeah,
No, stop.
I'm from the
Look,
South.
you
I
want to come
was
sit there and
raised in the South.
care if you was in
Like I
Houston.
said,
I'm not gonna
grandpapa.
even care.
Bella,
I ain't
y'all,
gonna even care.
hold on. Y'all tripping. I don't know what the hell is going on, but that shit ain't cool. Y'all constantly over talking each other. Kev just said calm that shit down.
She cut me off. I was talking, and she decided to unmute her mic for whatever reason. Like I was saying,
But Anansi,
You were
you
thank you for getting
fucking
some order
monologuing.
up in here. Thank you for
Anansi,
getting some order up in here. Thank you for getting some order.
you gotta give a little bit of space for people to rebuttal.
Yeah, so Arthur, let's try to refrain from let's
She
try to
can rebuttal
refrain from
after
the
I'm
insults
done.
though, because we all having a discussion.
I
Let's
She
try to
like
can
her
refrain from
rebuttal
the
after I'm
disregard. I
insults.
done.
like him. He get it.
I agree.
She can rebuttal after I'm done. The fact of the matter is, saying that colorism don't exist, saying that black people have not been
He
a
did say
community,
coon though.
a successful community before. I didn't call her a coon. I didn't call her a coon.
He
No,
said something like
if you bring your ass down south, they will show you just how much your non-seeing color coon ass is. They're gonna show you who you are, because that's what they're gonna refer you to.
I got
I
you.
wasn't calling her that.
I got you.
As I said, you can have that ideology. The
You
fact
gonna
of
let
the
her
matter
fight though
is,
a little
in
bit?
black,
Go ahead and let her fight a little bit. I think you overwhelmed. Remember we was talking about the last
He
live?
just monologue, and
You
that's
over.
fine. That's fine. I don't have
I'm trying to say
to.
something real quick. I'm trying to get something. This is some weirdness tonight. You overwhelm her. I don't even think she even know what to rebuttal to.
Well, that's her problem. At the end of the day, the black community has
Like
been
I said,
successful
your
before,
problem
and we
is
can do it
Bella.
again. For those who don't want to be successful, this ain't your conversation. That's the
Yeah,
point
let's
I'm
see
making.
why she said. Come on, Anasi, we just got to see why did she
Yeah,
say that?
now she can rebuttal. Now I'm done.
Let's do Anasi horrible.
Got a little control.
Yes, I got control. That's why I still love Anasi. I
Yeah,
don't
we
care,
still
man.
love you.
But man,
But awareness.
right. All right, Bella, what you got for me? Don't see.
Y'all know that.
But can you see color now, Bella? Can you see it now?
Yeah, she see color now. She see a nonsense color.
Boy, you see,
Go
she
ahead,
gonna remember.
Bella.
She gonna remember purple now. Oh,
Talk
sheesh.
to me like I be following people like a fucking sheep. Y'all know I don't follow no goddamn body.
We know you're a leader. You're a leader everywhere. You know.
Nah, it's crazy because I feel like,
I love
oh, my
that for
bad, Bella,
him.
my bad.
Yes, I love that for him. I don't have to insult people to get my point across. So, like I said, I live in the South. My grandpapa created our wealth here in the South, in the Southeast, actually, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all that Southeast stuff where we amassed our wealth here in the South. So that the South is all that I know. So although I haven't personally dealt with my color impacting my success because of what my grandpapa has built for us in commercial real estate. So I personally didn't have to deal with that because we have wealth.
You live in the suburbs?
Because we have wealth as a shield. I personally did not have to deal with that, but I do understand it. And I can definitely empathize with it. I was actually being facetious to the young man who came on here because I just didn't think that was necessary to say what you are. I think that it was irrelevant to the conversation. That's why I said what I said. But I know a lot of things can go over people's head. But yeah, so I'm from the South. I grew up in the South. My grandpapa.
That's why you got offended.
My grandpapa amassed our family wealth in the South, and I benefit from the wealth that he has amassed for us because my grandpapa is still alive, thank God. But yeah, so I don't know how that was relevant, and then how did we get into the indirect calling of names? That was kind of odd to me. I didn't have to call you a name to get my point across. We all live in different realities. Everybody on this panel comes from a different reality. I thought that when the young woman Ariel came and she said that Black people have never had community, I said that was insulting because when we look at history, we can see that Black people have joined together. Black people from different Black communities around the United States have joined together because they had a shared plight. When I say I think that the Black community is a myth, I say that this person next to me, he is not a part of my community. I wouldn't say that I'm a part of his community just because we share a skin color. I'm simply not. But there are factions of Black communities. But I don't think that we should collectively. Right. I don't think that we should collectively put everyone or group every person that has Black skin together. That's my argument.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Black people out here that don't even view themselves as Black, like mentally and morally. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% get what you're saying. No bullshit. Like you got a lot of different people. It's a whole diaspora of people that, you know what I'm saying, and they mind, like, and generally, like in their mind, they don't even see themselves as Black. You know what I'm saying? Like they dead ass call themselves Native or call themselves other shit because they don't got that pride in being Black. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I said I don't think it's a myth is because like I focus heavy on like verbiage. Like a myth is like saying that it's like this legendary thing that's almost like out of reach. So that's why I said like no, I don't believe it's a myth. But I understand what the question was insinuating. It's just that's why I said it's complicated. It's complicated for me. You know what I'm saying? But on that same token, like the community that we have now feels performative. It doesn't feel like it's based on accountability on growth. In the community there, it feels very performative. We doing this to look good, and I think in the community, in the Black community, what happens is our resilience has been turned against us. Cause you give us breadcrumbs, motherfuckers make stuffing. You know what I'm saying? But then in the same way, where we eating stuffing where it no longer serves us. Our resilience was necessary to keep us going through life, but then we took all the shit that they forced us to use our resilience on, and now that's the forefront of our culture and our community, and it's now detrimental. You know, you go to different chapters of your life, When you turn that page, it is no longer serving. It's shit that happened in that chapter that damn near don't even coagulate with the first two. You know what I'm saying? Because them skills that you obtained in the first two chapters, it don't resonate here. You don't even need those no more. You got to be able to evolve with the times. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of them things where like tradition kind of binding. But when we talk about culture and people be like, oh, it's for the culture, or they be like, oh, your black card gonna get revoked. I be really asking like how much of the culture is truly of the culture rather than it being infiltrated information that we just stamped resilience over. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Facts what he just.
So let me get Asia, then JA in, and then my baby gonna take over.
Okay, I'm just coming up. I was waiting for y'all for a minute, and I was like, okay, let me go to the store, come back. So I missed a lot of what y'all probably said. But is the black community a myth? I'm not gonna say it's a myth because myth means it never existed. I'm gonna say it did exist. I think that the people, like I said before, that are in charge have not really handled moving forward our plight at all. And so I wrote a couple things down while I was listening to y'all talk. And I think what's destroying the black race is black politics.
We just on the one. But you can do that one. You can do that one.
Which? Oh yeah, I was saying. So black politics is destroying the black race. Education is destroying the black race, and relying on this one thing I'm very firm on because I got the job I got because of a white tea woman trained me for the job, and she didn't have to do that. So I think that when we say like, oh, this black person is running for office, vote for them because they are black and they're AKA or they're Delta and all. I think we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop saying we vote for a person just because they're black because there are other races out there that support us. When you look back at history, you see in the marches, it was not just blacks, it was white people too.
Mm-hmm.
It was them too. So even Black Lives Matter, they fight. They literally fight for us. They fight for us. And then when you got that group that says, I'm voting for this person because they black. Kamala Harris, Kamala, I'm sorry, you have to prove to me to vote for you. And it's not because you're black and you are AKA. My family full of AKAs and alphas. I'm not one. Family full of Divine Nine. But I'm not going to vote for you because you got to prove to me more of a point of what you're bringing to the table, not because you're black and because you're in a sorority. I'm sorry. So we got to stop doing that too. So that's my little point.
All right, I'm gonna shake the room before I get to the last person. So, what about that? Since we are on the one that believe on destroying the black race, right? How about don't you believe the aborts are destroying the black race?
The abort.
So that's just something I just to marinate on real quick because ain't nobody mentioning that one. They ain't want to say how many times these women are unaliving black babies. All right, that hurt. Okay, JA, what you got for me? And I'm up out of here.
Good evening, panel. Good night, actually. I'm listening, and I'm a words person. As a communication major, I love words and the usage, and so I know the meaning of myth. But I looked up myth as y'all was talking, and my feelings was a bit hurt when you look at the definition of myth, and you could even think that the idea of a black community is a myth. You know what I'm saying? It's like something that people gonna talk about that was once, but there's not anymore. It's kind of like and as it's passed on through generations, you don't even believe it existed anymore. Kind of like Jesus, like I heard that happen, but where's the proof? And so I crammed to be able to grasp that concept that the concept of a black community is a myth, because I know that we're going to do better. We are doing better, and we strive to do better. So I don't think it's a myth. We in a stuck between a rock and a hard place, but actually we're not stuck anymore because we're starting to come to a point of consciousness, a point of awareness. I don't mean awake, I mean consciousness, right? As who we are as a people. And we're starting to see the damage that was done before and starting to recognize the trauma, within each other, and understand us as black men and us as black women have a lot of trauma. And so I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black community is a myth. And I think that the black commun And so, would he believe that destroying the black race? First off, I don't like to, just for the sake of the conversation, I'll go with the black. But there's no country nor continent called black, so I refuse to call black, right? Because that's just saying you from nowhere. We gravitated to that because that was what the pale skinned nations of Europe gave us. The oppressors gave us that name, black, and gave them white, and to make us see dark, and make see light. Like light is good, right? Caroline, don't go to the light, right? So it's a lot of things that's destroying our race. They put music out there to make the men talk crap about the women and disrespect the women. They put the music out there. You see it now that the women talk crap about the men and disrespect the men. You see the talk shows, the talk shows and the reality shows that put us up there and, make us look like clowns in front of each other. And it influences a lot of people, whether they admit it or not. You seeing the same thing is back in the, because people talk about how they said the black man was forced to leave the house, but it was a two-part thing. It was an attack on us as a people. When the unmarried men were forced to leave the house for the women could get welfare. But the reason why they were unmarried, because they took the jobs out of the cities, so those men couldn't afford to marry. So it was a systematic thing to destroy us. All these things was meant to destroy us. That all these things is destroying the black race. I don't want to be long-winded, but I'm gonna end with I heard was saying about the D9 and everything, and no disrespect, but I think we're dealing with a house Negro, field Negro kind of thing, and one, we have these agents like the music and the TV that's making the nigger culture to supersede the black culture, right? And then we have the black culture. We have those who are with the house Negro symptom. They think that they accepted into Master's house, but they won't understand until he say, "Nigga, get me some water." Then they're like, "Oh, but Master," right? So we at an extreme place at this end and that end, either and then but we have those that's in the middle that's trying to say, "Hey, you can be educated, but you can still be cultural." But you can come
Hey, I'm so
you can
sorry.
come from
I gotta have you go ahead and land.
okay, well you can come from a place of poverty or slums and still have class. And now land.
I appreciate you. Hey. I believe it's open panel, you guys. I know it's hard to kind of. There was a lot of points being made. Go ahead, Brando.
Oh, it's on me. I just want to say, I listened to what Asia said about politics, and honestly, I think the biggest problem in the community right now is the false narratives and the internet propaganda. Because you see Twitter just exposed how all these so-called black accounts was not even black people.
Yeah,
These people
overseas
wasn't even
accounts and
Americans.
shit.
They wasn't even Americans, fueling the gender wars, fueling the colorism, fueling all of this foolishness. And then, and listen, this is why I say the black community is going to end up being a myth like Atlantis or something. Because when you come on these TikTok panels, we fighting about everything except what matters. We fighting about 50-50 instead of the air pollution that's going on in Memphis. We fighting about is Transformers women. And we ain't talking about how Flint, Michigan still ain't got clean water. And that was a black community that got devastated. We talking about everything except what matters. We ain't talking about these corporations that's outpricing us out of housing. We talking about every foolish argument we can talk about except the stuff that matters. And we got these agents that keep these frivolous conversations going.
And they
And see the thing too, bro, to interject on what you're saying, because I want to add to your wisdom. Then what they doing is they got us pointing our finger in the wrong direction. A lot of our anger is
Exactly.
misplaced. Like we take our anger out on each other,
Bro,
and
like
it's
I was
like
just
fuck.
on the panel today. But hold on. I was just on the panel today and I hear these people talking about FBA versus immigrants, da da da. And I'm like, we black people fighting with other black people, but we not pointing the finger at the corporation that's undercutting us to pay these other black people. Like, come on, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, are y'all
Bars.
serious?
And have y'all
We
noticed
really
that?
got the wool pulled over our eyes, and we gotta stop feeding into these frivolous conversations and start pointing the finger at the enemy that's right in front of us instead of each other in our land.
But you know
And
what?
have y'all
Hey, you
noticed that when we have
Y'all,
the conversations,
I think
when we
Pretty
have
was trying to get in
conversations,
on there. Go ahead, Jay, and then Pretty, were you
yeah,
trying to get in?
I'm gonna
Well, I
be
was
real quick.
wanted to
I'll
answer
be
the
real
second
quick. If
prompt,
you
but he answering it during open panel. So it's like, can we just go ahead and talk about it?
I was gonna say I thought it was open
Yeah,
now.
you guys can go ahead and talk about the second prompt as open panel. It's all good.
yeah,
Jay, go ahead, and then
yeah,
Pretty.
and if you notice when we have conversations where we're talking about growth and development of us as a people, Becky and Bobby always come infiltrate the panel. If you notice that when we have one of our own that's going dealing with something in the public, there you'll see Becky and Bobby coming in there and they saying stuff like hang them, like but without saying hang them, right? Because they come infiltrate to cause confusion to keep us divided.
But hold on, bro. But I'm gonna
Wait,
be
let
real.
let Pretty
Oh, okay, I'm
say
gonna let Pretty
something
go.
real
I'm
quick.
sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right, Brenda.
Yeah, he really. I would be repeating everything that Brandon said. I agree with it. I think that's the whole. He took everything that I was going to say, and I
Straight
was just going to
bars, no
elaborate in it
bullshit.
more. But he's absolutely right.
Straight bars, no bullshit. I think what it take for the black community to actually heal and like actually have some momentum is literally just shifting our mindset to absolute love. Like we just gotta have that room to love each other, bro. It's almost unsafe to love each other because everybody got this weird ass mindset, bro. And it feel like when you extend yourself with love, that is almost getting backfired on you in an explosive manner. And I feel like until we can all shift our mindset and have a distinct understanding that, bro, you family, bro. Like we might not have the same last name, but my nigga, brother, you family. You know what I'm saying? Like I love you, bro. It's that simple. Like even just in how we speak, I tell my niggas all the time. I be like, I love you, bro, and they be like, love, fool, and it be like, I get it, bro. But it like that hyper masculinity in itself is taken away from the power of your words and the conviction behind what you saying. Like, no, nigga, I love you, nigga. Like, go get home safe. I love you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And I really think that when we have the conversations, when we're talking about growth and development as a people, that Becky and Bobby shouldn't have no mouth in our stuff, nor should the letters have any mouth in our stuff, right? It should be the heterosexual men and women who's trying to get to grow our community.
That's not fair.
No, you can't say
Yeah, it
that.
is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it is.
Can't
That's
say
not fair
that.
at all.
Yeah,
Can't
it is.
say that.
So if
Can't
I'm a
say that.
lesbian, you don't count me as a black woman anymore because I
Yeah.
like a little bit of
That's not
everything.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, yeah, I'm talking about certain conversations. When we
He
talk
said what
about
he
growth and
said.
development, we can't talk about growth and development if you're not part of the ones that for what's growing and developing,
Well,
right?
I'm
If
for
we're
growing
talking
and
about
developing.
when we're talking
I'm for
about getting
growing
our
and developing,
people,
but I like women. I like titties, but I'm still for growing
okay,
and
Go on,
developing.
pretty girl, because I was about to get him, girl. I
Okay?
was about to get him, girl.
It depends which day
okay,
of the week. Okay?
so
I
when
like
He
we
said we
studs.
heard.
I like flamboyant men. It depends on
right,
how I'm feeling. But I'm
Yes,
Oh
still
my
for the
God.
honey.
people.
Yes,
okay,
honey. Yep.
Oh wow.
so
I
when we
think that
having
we're too
conversations
harsh.
about So we if we talk, it depends on the conversation, the context, right? But we have been talking about conversations about black men and black women getting together and creating families. I don't think let me say it better. Okay, like a maybe conversation like this, yeah, all inclusive. But when we have conversations like black men and black women getting together and making sure that our children, and all that, and coming together. I don't think that the Becky and Bobby should be involved, nor anybody from the letter alphabet.
Tell you one thing, you could have a heterosexual family in a household in the black community and don't know nothing about economics, and you can have a lesbian or homosexual family community and understand fully about financial
Very
and economic
educated.
positions.
Yes,
So what do you?
ma'am.
Okay,
Okay,
so
let's leave LGBTQ out of it. Let's leave
I was
that
gonna
out of
say
it.
this topic
Yeah.
getting a
no,
little.
hold on one second.
Okay, if
Miss
I
Bella.
may rebuttal with Jahustle. So like I said earlier.
That sound fancy, girl.
The hustle on
Let me
my
mute because I'm
Le
loud. So
Hussein.
let me
the
mute.
hustle on my
So,
mama.
like I think that we are too critical and too harsh on Black people, because you have to think of just Black Americans. Because I'm not talking about other Black people. I'm only talking about the Black Americans because I'm American. And I'm assuming everyone else on this panel is as well, and that's where our history originates from. So, I feel as though we are too harsh on Black Americans, because Black America is in its infant stage of building. When we look at our counterparts and we look at the time that they had to amass what they have relative to Black Americans, is simply, they simply had much of a great they have a higher they had a longer
I got
head start. They have hundreds of
mango.
years. The
Mango pineapple
Black
juice.
Americans only
I
had,
think that's like 420.
they only have about 65 years when we had that legislation off of the books. And even then, like I said, just because something was made illegal on Monday does not mean on Tuesday they started practicing it. Those things were made illegal 65 years ago, but it takes decades for us to actually dismantle a system. So Black Americans, they're in their infant stage of building, and it's really harsh, it's really mean, it's unfair to judge a community that is in its infant stage to communities that has centuries to build what they have.
No, and I see that. I could understand that, but I feel like we are in our infant stages, and I agree with that. But I feel like, how long is we going? Because you saying we too hard, and in a sense, I agree with you. But I feel like there's only so long you can attribute it to being in the
When you
infant
got
stages.
65 years compared to 600 years, 500 years,
Yep.
other Chinese
I'm
countries
agreeing
have
with you.
thousands of years. You're comparing 65 years to their hundreds of years. That's not fair.
Bella, I
Hold on,
1,000% agree with you, and
hold on,
I'm
I
gonna add
disagree.
this. Bella is absolutely right.
I'm
We just got segregation 60 years ago, to be desegregated, going to schools, all that. We're still in the infant stage, like she said. We are. But here's what I want to say. I think that what we need right now, we need leadership, because we get on these TikToks every day, and Lav does them. And I ain't been on her in a minute, but he does them. And I'm like, where do we go from here? We had leadership before. We had somebody to look up to before. Who do we have to look up to now? Who's our leader? Who's this person spearheading anything for us to go to the next level? We're just doing TikToks, which is good because we're talking about it. But who's the leader? And that's what I think we're missing. We need a daddy on this. Where's the mom and the daddy on this? And there is nobody. There's nobody.
I think that's exclusive
There are
You can't
leaders.
lead
To
somebody
your
who don't want to be
local.
led.
There's
Can I chime
leaders.
in right, Queen?
Nah, that's the problem.
Brand,
We waiting on the leader.
hold
Why
on,
not take that
Brando.
charge yourself? Like, we
Okay.
waiting on the leader. That's pointless. Like, and I get what you're saying,
Right.
because I agree. But at some point, you have to take that step yourself. Because if you waiting on the leader, you might as well wait on
Oh,
Jesus to
I
come
am
back.
though. I'm doing things on a small level. On a small level in Chicago, small level. It's not nationwide though. So I think
Yeah.
we need a bigger leader to spearhead some things. I'm doing a lot in Chicago. Believe me, trust me, with the state, with the education. I think our kids are being horribly educated. I'm dealing with a law right now, a bill right now.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
But
things,
that's how
but
it works, though. That's how it works. Like, you have to start in your
Start
community.
small and then let
Like,
it
because
gradually
back
build up.
then, I'm gonna get Brando in next, but I'm just saying, back then they actually had one cohesive thing that we literally had to fight for. Like, and it was different leaders in those small communities. Like, I mean, Alabama, like all these things happened in different communities, and the media showed it. So I don't know. It feels like there's just like
the way it was back then is just not going to be how it is today. Like we have to move on with the times. You get what I'm saying? And adapt. You have to be the leader in your community. But let me let Brando. Go ahead,
Yeah, I
Brando.
got 2 points because Jay Hustle said something before he left, and I wanted to address that when he said something about Becky and Bobby. And honestly, Becky and Bobby is not our biggest problem. There's an African proverb that goes that the trees voted for the axe because the handle was made out of
Because the
wood.
handle was made out of wood on my on
And
my
see, that's
mama.
one of the biggest problems we got. We think because some people look like us that they are for us, and that's not always the case. And this government we lived in has perfected infiltration. We see them do it in other countries. We've seen it do it to the Black Panthers. We've seen it. So we have to be careful of people who look like us, trying to present us something. So that's one point. My second point is when Bella said that we're being too harsh. I disagree because our
Exactly.
ancestors did
Same.
way more with
Way
much
better.
less.
And that's what
Come
I was
With
trying to
on,
get at
come
much
on,
less.
fam.
You know
before
what
I
I'm
got
saying?
cut
So we
off.
gotta be honest. Like our ancestors didn't have internet. Some of our ancestors didn't have educations. And these dudes were able to build the biggest insurance company in North Carolina. They was able to build towns in Rosewood, Black Wall Street, and they did that from nothing. In 1950, 1 in 3 black families owned their own home, and that's less than 100 years. So if they was able to do that with much less, we honestly ain't got no excuse. And honestly, I think we being too soft because I think we need to bring back shame because change is only gonna come.
1,000%.
And I'm gonna say this: change is only gonna come when people start to feel uncomfortable. The problem is people are comfortable where they at. Like they gonna complain, they're not gonna complain enough to actually do something. So I think so it's not that we too hard. I think we too soft, and I'm gonna land with that.
Brandon, you gonna
We
have to
can
go.
agree to
You keep
disagree.
Let me
leaving me
follow up, Brandon.
speechless.
Let me
Brandon got
follow up,
roll.
Brandon.
That nigga barking.
Rach, Kev, who
That nigga
We can
barking.
he got to go. He leaving
Brandon
me
Bush.
nothing.
I
No,
know,
he
right?
He leaving
look.
no crumbs. Okay,
Nathan,
Well,
stay
pretty.
up.
You gonna have to
I
cook some bone
accidentally
marrow.
requested.
You gonna have to cook
I
the
got
bone
like
marrow.
damn.
You gonna have to cook the bone marrow because
We can agree to
Hell no, no,
I
I
hear
just got
what
the
the lady
mango
was saying
pineapple
about
shake.
us being. I hear what she
we
was
can
saying about us being only 60 years into the game. But the fact of the matter is, our ancestors had less time than that, and they did much more. I said it before. I say it again. We so selfish. What were they doing before that we ain't doing now? They were coming together. Yeah, somebody only had $100 here, or $50 there, or $20 here. Somebody may have had an acre of land here, and 2 acres there. Somebody had 1 mule here and 2 mules there. But they pooled their resources. Why is that
what
so hard for us to understand? That's the
what are
issue that
you
we're not doing today. We're not willing to pool our resources to say, excuse me,
Hold on.
we're not willing to pool our resources and come together and say, you know what, y'all, we need to start building a community the way we did it in the past. Because just like the brother just said, we have access to way more information and way more opportunities, and our ancestors did it, so why can't we?
All right.
so
Since yeah, that was for Bella. So Bella, go ahead and rebuttal, and then we got to get ATG and Pretty Mocha.
okay, yes. So my thing is when people are when you're making these comparisons, what are you comparing it to? Are you comparing it to your white counterparts? Are you comparing it to your black
We're
ancestors from what state, what year?
I'm
Are you
comparing it to
comparing
the
it
black.
ancient
what are you
Kemet. Ancient
what are
Kemet
you
for one.
comparing
You know
it
what I'm
to?
saying?
Because if we compare it
Hold
to
on, hold on, who's? Let her
if
finish.
we are comparing it to white people or Asian people or any other groups of people, black Americans are in their infant stages. And that's just as simple as it is. I mean, they have hundreds of years on you. It
So,
is what it is. And even if we
Bella,
are comparing it to black people from 60 years ago, the stats are just this: we have far more black multimillionaires, my grandpapa. We have far more black billionaires. We have far more black people that have established successful businesses, my grandpapa. Papa. So I'm just trying to
You do
understand
realize you're
when
destroying
we
your
are
own narrative. You do realize that, right?
when
Literally.
you're
You
saying
are
that
literally
you're
destroying your
saying
own
that
point.
you're saying
You're
that we're
destroying your own
comparing
point.
it to our
Nancy,
ancestors. So
Hold
when
on,
we're
hold on, hold
comparing
on,
it
hold
to
on,
our
hold on, brothers,
All
hold
right,
on,
ancestors,
no,
brothers,
Anansi,
hold on, brothers.
no, you
No,
just gotta
I'm
let.
asking the brothers to hold on. That's all I'm doing. I
What?
wasn't trying to cut off.
Okay, I
I
appreciate
was,
that.
I
Were you
want
asking
her to
them to hold
finish.
on so you could talk?
No, I was asking them to hold on so she could finish because I wanted her to
Okay,
see where
gotcha.
her message,
Yes.
like she's literally rebuttaling her own message. Go ahead,
Okay,
Bella.
just
Finish.
yeah, please, Bella, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to go ahead and land your plane
My
so we
grandpa
can
And
get
Papa.
AT.
please let me rebuttal, Rachel. Please,
Oh
just
my
1 minute.
God! If I
30
let you
seconds.
rebuttal,
30
there ain't.
seconds. Give me 30
What do you
seconds.
now? You know that's a lie. You
If
know that.
I don't do it in
Okay,
30
if you don't
seconds,
do it in 30
I'll
seconds,
send you $30.
facts. Let's do it. I got a timer on my phone. All right, go ahead, Bella.
so if the comparison is to ancestors from 60 years ago or ancestors from I don't know 100 years ago, the 1925, you could say that we have more successful blacks now. We have more black millionaires, we have more black billionaires, we have more black people that are pioneers in tech and medicine. we I mean, those are the facts. So I don't understand why we are saying that we're not as, I don't know, successful as our ancestors when we actually have surpassed them. I don't know what we are measuring success off of. I mean, we do need something to measure it off of. We need to stat. So we need, I don't know, household incomes, education levels, business establishments. So we do need metrics so that we can make these comparisons.
All right.
Is it
Thank
me?
What you
Is it
say?
on me?
So
Because part of what you're
1
saying
minute.
got hella
All right,
validity, but
fine.
She got 1 minute.
Nanti, I'm gonna give you 1 minute for that rebuttal, and then we gotta move on, man. Go ahead, Anansi.
All right, so check this out. Earlier, she said we have had only 60 years while other races have had hundreds of years, and nobody rebutted that. But then you just turned around and said out of your own mouth, we have more millionaires and billionaires today. All right, thus showing you that we do have it easier today than we did back then. If you disagree, go ask your grandpapa, was times more difficult then than they were now? And I promise you, he will say yes. My grandmother is 96 years old. She was born in the 20s, and she will tell you the things that they dealt with back then, we are not dealing with today. They had a much difficult life back then. So the point that you made earlier, you turned around and straight up reneged on it by saying that we have 60 years and we can't say that, 60 years is not enough time because other community had hundreds of years. But then you just turned around and said, well, we got more millionaires and billionaires today. And I just straight up proved to you that in the past with Black Wall Street and other successful black communities, they did more with less. And I land.
No more
It's on
rebuttals,
me.
y'all. If you want to come off mute and clap if you want.
Period.
All right, let me get ATG and then Pretty Mocha and then who
Okay.
you can lead the open panel back up. But ATG, you can speak to the prompt, like you can answer the green and the first white question, or you can just speak on whatever you heard from the
All
panel.
right, now
I'm gonna give you like
Nah, I don't be ranting and raving. I'm gonna stick to the prompt.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll just rebuttal after I finish
An
talking.
open panel. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Is the black community a myth? Nah, I mean, we kind of start everything as far as culture, just the way how we present ourselves to other race and ethnicity. They semi look at us like, we're legit. So even from music, politics, fashion, all of that. So nah, it's not a myth at all. What do you believe? What's destroying the black race is like how it always been, sellouts. It's always a couple of black people that just want more piece of the pie, and they willing to turn their back on their own people just to tell the other, people that, oh yeah, they doing this right now, or we can get they people, yeah, we could just get their people and flip the script on them
and that's how empires fall, when you let somebody backdoor your institution or your goals or whatnot. And the last question, then, what can black people learn from other races? We can learn, well, yeah, unity.
Oh, we're not on that one. We're not on that one yet.
Oh,
We're just
oh, oh, oh.
Yup,
But
yup.
yeah,
Just thank you.
that's
I
it.
appreciate it. That was good.
Yeah, real quick. I ain't no long-winded.
Chime in right quick. I just want to chime in right quick on two things that I heard.
Right after Pretty though. Right after. Oh no, that's
Okay, no,
oh
I
man,
let Pretty
it's
go. I
not.
let Pretty go. I can wait. I can
It's
wait.
actually after Pretty. It's Pretty, and then who opens up the panel, and then you can go ahead. But go ahead, Pretty.
All right, so I know she was speaking to a time frame of like 60 years. I don't know why you starting at 60 years ago for us, because we in what 2025, so 2000 was 25 years ago, and then 40
Thank you.
years before that would have been 1960. I know Tulsa, Oklahoma, he purchased that land in 1906. And because of the Jim Crow era, we weren't allowed to spend money in white areas, which is what made Black Wall Street even wealthier. Our economic support only went to us. So when you got Black people on lives having drop wars and mute wars and spending all kind of buku money for that, and then when you ask them to invest into the community and they say, oh, I just paid my light bill, we had it. We have it.
Well.
All right. That's
Preach,
it.
preach, Pretty. I'm Pretty. Just throwing up. Hold on, Bella. Hold on.
I said 65 years ago because I was speaking specifically to the explicit racist legislation that was removed from the books. That is what I was comparing it to. So
Okay.
there was racist legislation on the books explicitly against Black Americans, preventing them from doing things explicitly, like that. Those were laws that were in place. So that's
But
he
how long
bought
do
the
you use that as a crutch to continue being behind?
and he
Like
bought
how
the
long?
land in 1906, sister. He bought the land in 1906 and that bred Black Wall Street with those legislations still in place.
Oh my.
Because how long? Because I know you said we too hard. Like how long do we utilize that as a crutch to continue being? Yeah, I'm saying basic as hell.
because from my understanding, when people are making these arguments, but I think Anansi, he made it clear that he wasn't doing the comparison to white communities, because a lot of times people are making this comparison to white communities, which is the Black counterpart, and I think that's disingenuous to make that comparison to them when they have had like a 500-year head start.
I get it. It's fair for that comparison, but then when you but to say that we're too hard on Black people, that's a completely different story. Because like you said, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's like shit. We got to be a lot harder because a lot of the shit that we doing is just unacceptable. We causing it on ourselves. It's like self-inflicted at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's stick to the comparison between just us Black people. Okay, let's stick to that. Let's not move that one. Okay, Anansi, Brando was waiting, and then you can go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
All right. One thing I want to say is that Anansi made a good point about pooling our resources. And one of the things that we have to understand, especially living in America, we are constantly under psychological warfare. Like I just learned this a few years ago, right? That every cartoon that existed in the 80s and early 90s only existed to sell toys. So you have been bred to be a consumer since you were a child. It's just that as you get older, your toys became cars. Your toys became purses. You know what I'm saying? Your toys became foolishness, things that you did not need. So we have to understand that we've been under a lot of psychological warfare, and we have to unlearn that. And Malcolm X said it way back in the 70s. If we came together and put all our money together, we would be like the 15th richest country in the world. And that was then, when most Black people didn't even own a car. So we got to be honest about where we are putting our resources. Like my dad, he came from Savannah, Georgia. He was born in 1937. He said back then, the church was the Black headquarters. Now we got preachers that just want to fly on private jets. Back
Mm-hmm.
then, the preacher didn't have, like, being a preacher was not a job title. Like, the preacher was the milkman also. He just preached on the side. And black people would pool their money together and help people with their bills. Pool their money together, help people fix their houses. We don't have that no more. The most churches gonna do is pass out a turkey or on Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's it. But they not paying no bills to nobody. So we gotta keep it real about pooling our resources together. That's how we get out of this problem. And I land.
And we gotta stop having a yearning for integration. Like segregation was a beautiful thing, and it's like this integrated shit is what's making motherfuckers head spin. Like shit, that's the reason why our money can't get pulled, because we got too many businesses that ain't of black origin. You get what I'm saying? Excuse me, go ahead.
So this the question that I wanted to ask Miss Bella. If you would unmute for me, I want to ask you a question. Bella, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that black Americans have it harder in the 1920s, early 1900s, or today?
In the 1920s.
Okay. So they had it harder back then.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Do you know how much black America has in spending power? Do you know how much black Americans spend total average as far as now? Just an estimate, if you could guess an estimate.
No, I haven't done the research on Black American spending power specifically.
Okay, so I'll tell you, according to blackwallstreet.org, it's $1.98 trillion a year. A year. 1.98 trillion annually black Americans spend. I'm going to give y'all another fact. The black dollar circulates within its community 22 hours. Not even a whole day. Not even a whole day. I was on, this happened sometime last year. I was on a Lower Ninth Ward's panel. I saw somebody cash app him $500 just to drop somebody.
I was there. I remember.
No, that's
You remember that?
What you said? He dropped you $500 to do what?
Just to drop somebody, fam.
Yeah, it was a drop ward. They was going at it and just kept spinning.
Just to drop somebody. So, Bella, I'm not here to be your enemy. I love black people. Best believe I will believe a black person, man or woman, before I believe any other race. And I'm godfather to a bunch of white kids. I got white friends, but I put my people first. But what I gotta say is this: we can't be soft on each other nowadays. That's why I am the way I am. That's why I talk the way I talk. Because I see black people spend money on frivolous, miscellaneous bullshit all the time. 2017, I worked for Nike in Memphis. And I learned how much money niggas was spending on shoes just from when we used to do things called lunch days. And I was hearing the numbers, how much black folk was spending on shoes. It blew my mind. So we can't sit here and say that we can't do it or we ain't got it. Yeah, you got banks like... Hold on.
Let him land.
I promise, just bear with me, because I fly Emirates. This ain't Spirit Airlines. We have an issue. We got an issue with not telling our people the truth. We too busy wanting to sugarcoat shit and say it's a fucking powdered jelly donut. No, it's not. It's shit. And when you sugarcoat the shit, and eventually when you bite into it, you're going to feel it for what it is. We have the ability to be better than where we are right now. The problem is, like I said before, we don't want to pool our resources. We too busy trying to out-nigger each other. You saying it yourself with your granddaddy did it. Your granddaddy did it. And I promise you, he did it in a manner where he was not being selfish. So once we get back to that mindset, if you ask your granddaddy how he did it, I promise you, he didn't start off with I and me. So we got to get to a mindset to where we got to put the community as a whole first and not the individual.
So just to correct you,
before you go, hold on one second. I keep muting you. I'm not sure if it comes off mute like by accident, but I keep muting you again because your background's kind of loud. So
Yeah, whenever you talk, come off mute. But other than that, if you could stay muted. Go ahead, Bella.
So, contrary to popular belief, the story that my grandpapa gave me was that he gave his Black friends a chance to invest in his company and they weren't on board. So my grandpapa is actually quite selfish. He focused only on building and amassing wealth for himself and his family. And also when you guys speak of Tulsa, Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, is a city. It's not even a state. It's not a country. It's one city, that community specifically. So when we are bringing up Tulsa, Oklahoma, are we using that as a representation of all of the Black communities in the United States of America? Because from my knowledge, we had other Black communities as well. So that's what I'm saying. And when you're talking about the spending power of Black people being this very large number, what are you comparing that number to? Are you comparing it to the spending power of white Americans? Are you comparing it to the spending power of previous Black Americans? Like, what are we comparing it to? Because when
I,
we look
Okay,
at the spending
okay,
I don't
power,
think
look,
he.
look,
me.
look, look,
I don't
look,
think he
look.
No, wait,
comparing
that's
it
for
at
me.
Hold
all.
on one second. Hold
Wait
on
a
one
minute, who
second.
is the?
Listen, you guys gotta understand how to, because you asked them literally 3 questions. And then you were about to continue on and like explain some more things. You have to like if we really are trying to have a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Ask your question, allow them to answer it, and then we could go have a back and forth. You know what I mean? Offloading way too much is distracting from the real conversation, right? So do you guys remember the question that was
I do.
asked?
He said,
I
"What
think
was
it
it in
was for my
comparison
talking
to?"
point.
And I
Okay,
don't
all
think
right,
he.
y'all hold on to that question real quick. Asia had her hands raised. We'll let Asia go, and you guys can answer her question. Go ahead, Asia. Asia, you still here?
You better answer before I do.
Asia, going
Right,
once.
because you
I
ain't
don't
gonna
Okay.
think
get
he was
another
Okay.
shot.
comparing
Can
it
you
to
hear me?
nothing.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I gotta go in a minute. My kid keeps calling, but I was gonna say, somebody said earlier about the church and the pastors are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's because, going back to what I said earlier, we are waiting on leadership. So while we may be doing small things here and there, we're still waiting on the big leader. The big leaders are the pastors, the politicians, the mayors, the Jesse Jacksons. I'm working with Jesse Jackson Jr. starting January. I just saw him last month. The son, he running for office. I'm helping with office. But I will say this to the person that said this about the church. We're waiting on leaders. So I'll say this and I'm gonna land. If y'all don't want to keep talking about this, and y'all want to do something about this, let's on Laugh's platform figure out a bill or something we want to do, and we can work together on this. I know a lot of politicians, a lot. So if we want to do something like accountability on school or accountability on finances or whatever it is in the Black community, let's just start something. We can start this right now ourselves in this conversation and get it done. And get it done. Instead of just talking about it. I'm ready. I know people. I'm good. Let's start something. Let's start something. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna land my plane. If y'all want to join something, inbox me and we'll figure it out. But let's not just talk about it. Let's do something about it. Because I'm doing things. But if y'all talking about it, let's do it together. Let's do it together. So can I jump
There
in?
are people doing it. That's the thing. They are. It's so easy to find who is doing it in your community. I really honestly don't understand like how difficult people are just not like they're not making moves like you I'm gonna stop talking.
Is it local or is it national? Because I feel like in these conversations it
Can I
seems
chime in on
national.
that?
I'm in Chicago. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm doing things on Chicago level. But maybe we need something nationally. Maybe we
It's
need something bigger.
both.
Can I
It's
chime in
both.
about
It's
leadership?
both. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead, Lola.
I just want to chime in on that. the problem with us as far as leadership goes, right, is that the government figured out a long time ago if they wanted to get rid of the leadership in the community, they had to start with the family. And you kind of, and honestly, you got to look at it like the human body, right? You're not going to have healthy organs if you have a cancerous cell in that organ. And that's kind of how the community functions. You have to have healthy families that creates healthy community. You get what I'm saying? So we can try to push all these laws, whatever, but we are way too fractured as a community. We got to get back to the basics first. We can't just start like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't just jump straight to the semifinals. We got to qualify for the playoffs first. And that's the problem. Like we trying to do big things and we still have way too much dysfunction behind us. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta focus on the family first in order to get the community straight.
Not necessarily.
How do we do that though?
Man, people,
How do we do
look,
that?
first thing, drop
Not
the
necessarily.
vices, drop the
Nah, it is.
addictions. Let
Hey,
those
can I
go.
say
People
something?
get too addicted to having fun. They not focused.
Let me say something right quick. I feel like the education, people don't talk proper as far as what we need, really addressing the points because everybody kind of into this rigmarole of Zeus Network and Facebook and all of that, and really not honing in on what's the problem and really pushing that issue, just like how people pushing negative comments on Facebook. I know in my community, people don't talk nothing like this. I'm kind of like the only person. It might be one or two people, but for the vast majority, a lot of people are not talking like this. So I feel like if this type of information or this type of talk can be pushed to a wider scale, things will change.
I agree, sir. Thank you for saying that. I do agree. I got to roll, y'all, but y'all can inbox me, whatever you want to do. Have a good night. Great conversation.
Yeah, you have a good night as well.
All right, Adrian. Good night.
Della, what kind of community you live in?
That's why I said that just because people share a skin color does not mean they share community. Like in my community, we have local meetings. We meet every month. We have a meeting every month. There are initiatives that we are pushing. In my county specifically, we got our first Black sheriff elected in that county. We have a very diverse city council, tax commissioner, mayor, et cetera, et cetera. So when I think of community, I think of my municipality and where I live as my community. I don't share a community with you simply because you and we don't live in the same community. That's community to me. So if you're making strides in your local community, you're already doing something. And I think it was the young lady that left. I think it was her that was saying that she is involved in her local politics. So am I. So me and my associates collectively, we run for office. We help others run for office. So it's just things that you could, I just think that my reality is not your reality. In my reality, we are already doing this, but in other people's communities, it seems as though they're not doing these things.
Yeah, well, back to what you just now said about that. We got the same thing. Well, I live in a Black community, but it's so corrupt to the point where the Black people that's sitting in those seats stealing money, not investing in the kids, and this been going on for the past 20 years since I was a jit. So it's just the mentality of the people and what's the focus when these people, Black people, get in the seat or get in the office, because it becomes a self-gain thing. It goes back to selfishness. Now you seeing people in the hood right beside the politician with the electric Mercedes, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just to see that it's right next door, and that person with that electric car can't start a after school program or AAU team to get them kids off the street. So it becomes real jaded when you see people that say they trying to help and they ain't really helping for real, for real.
Put that type of responsibility on one person just because you think because they are making all of this money that they have some sort of duty to help others with it. If they want to, I mean, that's fine. That's great, very noble, but they don't have to.
And that's the problem right there. People don't want to pull the strings and really help for real, for real. And those are the people with power, the people with money. Believe it or not.
I jump in.
You know, I wanted to speak to the sister that just left because those who know me know one of the biggest things that I push on this app is financial literacy. We live in a world that you can't live without it. And when you are financially illiterate, you become a slave to what you don't know. Because being ignorant is one thing if you don't know, but if you choose to remain ignorant, that's all on you. Now you're being a fool.
He said, "I love my
When we
community
start,
and my."
when we start talking about coming together as a community, you have to come together on one or two terms. Either you have something to teach or you're coming to learn. There ain't no in between. Too many folk are coming to the doggone table with just nothing to give. Nothing to give. I ain't got no problem feeding anybody who's hungry. And I definitely ain't got no problem want to work with somebody who want to feed people. But for the folk who ain't coming to feed and you ain't coming to cook, but all you want to do is complain about how the food tastes, then what you coming for? What do you have to offer? Because if you ain't got nothing to offer, then this ain't your type of picnic. This ain't your cookout. You need to go over there where they serving the raisins and the potato salad and they let the cats and the dogs walk in the kitchen and lick their ass and lick your face. 'Cause this ain't that. We ain't over here trying to have that. We actually trying to build something here. Every time we start trying to have these type of conversations, I guarantee somebody gonna come in here and complain about the chicken is either too dry or the soup is too dry or the water is too dry. Just everything and you're gonna be like, well, damn, what do you have to offer? What can you bring to help fix this? What do you know that can make this better? And you know what they gonna say? I ain't got nothing. I'm just saying. All right, Goku, you just saying, huh? So stop bringing your empty bellied ass. So stop bringing your empty bellied ass to the cookout, and you ain't trying to be nourished, to nourish or be nourished. Cause that's what's killing us.
All right.
Can I jump in?
So I know all y'all had a chance to talk. Let me come up in this
Oh,
time
Pretty
real quick.
didn't.
She didn't. What the heck? All this time I've been gone.
I know.
All right, go ahead, Pretty, and then I'm getting in.
We had moved a little bit past what Bella had said, but I did want to come back to that when she was asking about bringing up the Tulsa and stuff like that. And I know you were saying, like, what are we comparing it to? But when you notice, like, when horses race, they put their shields up so that they can remain tunnel vision. We don't need to compare it to anybody to know what we got going on. So when Dr. King said in his speech that collectively we have a spending power of $30 billion and that we are richer than or we richer than certain nations, or when he said remove your economic support from Kroger and Wonder Bread, the only comparison was in how we are supporting them, and it takes away from our community. So if we understand that we have a spending power of XYZ, it don't need to be in compared to how much they got. We just need to know how much we got and how we need to make that happen and work for us.
Nice.
Well said.
Can I
All right,
chime in?
so hold up real quick. I was about to say, just because I want to do a couple things. I heard Bella. I get you though. I get you, Bella. I hear everybody. I hear the thing, and I think that's how it should be, right? Because everybody's gonna have their own purpose or what they believe in. There ain't no such thing as this. That's why I say it's a myth. It's a myth. Oh yeah, shout out to Sean. He the one that came and helped me come up with this. Even though he asked it in a different way, he actually said uh, where is this black community basically? You know, that everybody claims. Basically, where is it at? Where is it located? Or something like he did it. It's differently though, but I can't say it like Sean. But basically, that's the myth. So he inspired this prompt up here. You know, he ain't find that love, I guess. Now
Can I
that's one thing.
showcase something?
But
If I may, would you mind me screening me and showcase something? And I ain't doing this to brag.
no,
I
you
just
want to
want
take everything? Can I talk?
Even get
I
defended.
Just let him talk for another hour.
And I do, but I want to
What
show
is it?
y'all why knowledge is power. I know some of y'all think I
Black
just
people
like
for you.
talk a lot, but I like to read more than I speak. When the New York Stock Exchange opened in the 1800s, the first thing that was traded on it was our ancestors, believe it or not. When I tell black folk the stock market is where your reparations lie,
Did I do that?
I guess in your life has violated our gambling process.
Oh my God,
Repeat violation
the
by
thing.
guess.
That's crazy
What do
word.
you put down?
Hey, you see?
No, the chart. I guess they.
That chart is. Oh, they ain't
That's the
playing.
white
Yeah,
man trying to stop
you
us.
see what
You
I'm
see?
saying? They really should have been restricting that Rizzy stuff, but hey,
I'm
what?
telling you, man.
Yeah, I tried to save him. He wanted to come in. See what happened when
Buddy done
he
disappeared.
said, "I am going to
Request
take over."
backup.
I
Shazam.
don't know if they're gonna let a request back. He
Oh wow,
probably
that's
got banned. He probably
crazy.
got banned.
Ban
Yeah,
for that?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, man.
I tried to warn him. You know, I told you. And he
The
let
what?
he let his own talk, and I tried to tell him. I said, let me just go ahead and take over the live again. And he like, nah, I'm gonna do what I say. And then guess what?
H.
The white man got him. The white man.
Yeah. But quick question.
Why
So
can't
all
I
of y'all,
shrink my box?
Right. What's
hey,
up with
all of
that?
y'all live in a black community?
I live in Detroit, so I don't know
I
what the
live in
problem
a
is.
predominantly black city and I live in a predominantly black county.
This
Okay,
thing.
word. Okay, word. Well, I live in a very weird area. Like it's segregated where I live at. So we know it's white people around here, but we don't see them. They got their own separate school.
Oh,
The
you right
blacks
at the
got
line.
the blacks got their own separate school.
Why
Man,
can't
I
I
live
get?
in Miami. White people are the minority in Miami, man.
Yeah.
It's more tiny hat people here than anything than white people.
Yeah, it's segregated where I live at,
Dang,
bro.
he
I'm
probably
joking.
got my stuff. I probably can't even put the recordings down because I got a violation.
The
All
private
right,
school is where they go to, and we go to the public school.
how do I change the boxes? Hold up, I'm about to have to drop everybody then.
What? Who the hell puts?
I'm gonna drop
Y'all
everybody.
just be making
Yeah, I
up
don't know what's
stuff.
going on.
Where'd you come
This
up with
thing is
that? They
weird.
put the private school in our hoods.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Who
going
puts a private school in the hood?
Why can't I cannot adjust my screen? Why it's not popping up? He done messed my whole screen up.
Now, Mocha, you're gonna have to explain that.
It messed my whole thing up. It ain't let me adjust nothing. All right, I'm back, y'all. Y'all can start playing back up. Let's see if I can get this box back up normal. There. Oh, why is I'm a little square?
It's a little good. Oh no! Oh, I just accepted it.
I don't understand why this junk ain't pinching. Why is it not pinching? Oh, there it goes. It's right here. Boom. Okay. All right.
Yay, we back. We back in this piece. Keep that energy.
It's going down.
Hey, make sure y'all tapping the live, please. Get that motion going.
Motion in the
You ain't
ocean.
gotta send no money, but please. That's how
We
you show
bite.
your support. Just tap it, please.
So
Yeah.
when I say they put the private schools right in the hood, so I consider Catholic schools and private schools like within the same entity. And so yeah, they're smack dab there. My Catholic school that I went to was literally 4 blocks, like literally not around the corner, just 4 blocks straight down from the public school. I went to private school. I went to the Catholic school for 1 year. My parents couldn't afford to keep it up, so I went back to public school. When I got to public school in 6th grade, they were learning everything that I had already learned in Catholic school in 5th grade. And it was right there, 4 blocks radius. And all of the kids in that community didn't get to go there. It was more of the people from outside of the community. So they got it in our community where we can't even afford to go. They don't want us to be able to afford to go.
How's it in the community? Give me the street, please. Because
So
is
okay,
it
so
is it in the hood or not? Because I know sometimes literally you'll cross a line and literally it's a whole new place.
no, so I grew up on 23rd and Catherine Street. A block over was Christian Street. My Catholic school was on 20th and Christian, and the public school was on 24th and Christian. It's the heart of South Philly, across the tracks. They call it the small side, one of the rougher sides. You can put it in Google. The school is called
What's the name?
St. Charles Borromeo.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking it up.
And why you saying that? Our private school, they
How do
built
you
a
spell
whole
that?
community. They built a whole community around the private school. So it's like if
Man.
you riding
In
around in your
Michigan?
community.
No, in Philadelphia, PA, 20th and Christian 20th and Christian Street, St. Charles Borromeo is Borremeo.
Yo, they
No,
got one
listen.
in Michigan.
You
St.
ain't
Charles
see.
Borromeo was a saint, so it's a lot of things that has that name. But this is a K through 8 school, and it was on 20th and 20th
You
and
said in
Christian.
Philadelphia?
Yes, Philadelphia, PA.
20th Street.
Yes, 19146 was his
Bella
affiliate.
talk about Bella's in the comments talk about we can
Wait, do
start a
people
private
have to
school.
pay to go there?
Yeah, it's a Catholic school. There's a tuition. Because remember, I said I had to go back to public school because my parents couldn't afford it anymore. And we were. Go ahead.
Is it gentrified?
I don't. Well, now it's not running as a school anymore. I'm 36. I was 10 when I went, but I don't think it was gentrified, or maybe it was because we couldn't. It wasn't expected to be affordable for the people in the community. Most of the students were from out of the community, and you don't have to use your address to go to a private school you're paying for. You get to go wherever you like.
Bella
What?
in
Then
the
it's not.
comments talk,
That's so different. Wait, what? You don't have to pay for it.
No, you have to pay for the private schools. So you
Yeah.
don't have to use your address to be able to go. You can go wherever you want when you're spending your money. But when you're going to public school, you have to go to your feeder school, which is in your neighborhood. So the majority of those students that were going weren't even from that neighborhood. They were from
y'all,
better neighborhoods that wanted a better education for their children.
y'all read the comment Bella just said, talk about y'all can start a private school. I say, Bella, I ain't got no money to
Hey,
start no
Dr.
private school.
Umar, you want to start
I
a
think
school?
she's just saying she just basing off of starting small. But I was gonna say this before that violation came up because people want to talk so much. I was gonna say, I get what Bella is saying. I think that's a part that you could start, like some form of community. I don't believe it. I think I do. The more I think on this, I don't believe in no black community. I don't think people just united off of made a whole community. Like, how do you like? What do that means to be a community of black? Like, what do you do? What's so different? So I can
All
see
right.
people like
I can give
uniting.
you a good example. I could give you a good
Owning
example.
all everything in your community as well.
No, but I can give you a good example.
He didn't finish, y'all.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm not talking about the
Oh,
made
go
up
ahead, bro. I'm
things
sorry.
because the thing is I'm a very, I guess I'm literal to certain things, right? Is that if you're just uniting off of your skin color, I don't think that was the ultimate purpose. I think back then it was communities based off of families and and morals and traditions back then. I don't think it's just because they were black. You know what I'm saying? Black was actually something where the YT people came up with anyways. They the ones that labeled and separated us. We back then we were either Israelites or African, whatever it is. We actually we was named after different nations and stuff or whatever. But I doubt it was called a Israelite community though. They were called nations, or how we are called Americans and stuff though. But I wouldn't consider that community because I think community you gotta have the same they had the same basically traditions, same tradition, same culture, or families. It was just families also. They looked at it as I looked at that definition though. So I do believe it is a myth, that it just wouldn't make sense to I'm only uniting, and then they're like, what do that mean just to be black? I don't know, whatever. It's just that's the skin. But I do agree. I do agree with what Bella is. Like I said, what she's saying. Because Yeah, just because your community is not the same as her community or something like that, that don't mean it's not a community. You know, she's building up with the people that relate with her and her mentality or the way of thinking and all that stuff or whatever process. And it ain't no such thing as that's what happened before I got before that happened. Ain't no such thing as like you're gonna have be able to unite all the BLK people just gonna unite off the same mentality. That's we already see to this day that don't happen. You see if soon as you say something the opposite, you call it a coon, and then all them the cooners gonna have to unite with one another because they think the same. You know what I'm saying? Or and then the other one we gonna call them victim heads. So it's like coon heads against victim heads. I noticed. So it's like somebody gotta have a label. I noticed to even to make some. I don't know. That's what I'm noticing on that situation though. So I think you can only unite and have a community off of just mindsets and what you trying to grow in or whatever. So you can build a community. It might not be off the skin, but that's the only community I can really see though that may work, you know, because I'm pretty sure what Bella has, it's not gonna be just all black people in there. You know, I don't think it's just gonna be that. It's gonna be anybody that's willing to participate in whatever program she has and whatever her area is doing or whatever they trying to push or their purpose is. That's what I can see on that one. Ooh, that just scared me. All right, but go ahead. Did Sean go? Yeah, Sean, I don't think he go. I told y'all, yeah, he the started this prompt. He the one came up with it. So yeah.
Man, I wouldn't go all that far. I still haven't. I haven't seen it.
You don't want the credit.
Right, you don't want the credit.
John,
No,
you don't want credit.
Nah, I take credit. I just never seen from my personal experience. I haven't seen a black community. If anything, I've seen a white community that's populated by black people because we don't own anything in it. Other nations of people make millions in our community, so I wouldn't consider us a community because the money is not going to us; it's actually going outside of the community. So I've just never seen it, and I wouldn't want to be a part of the community that could take away my blackness because I have a disagreement. I'd be a little lost on that. So if I've seen an Asian community, and I live in Houston, Texas, and we got an Asian community where they got like 9 blocks and everything is theirs. No, and you can't be another race and be able to work, or they won't employ you at all. So I've just never seen when we hear black community, I want to know what they look like because we don't share a lot of cultural things except our ancestors were slaves. Because you go to New Orleans, those black people have a different culture than people in Houston. If you go to Cali, those black people have a different culture than people in Houston. If you go to Memphis, they have a different culture. So it's like, what is that? I don't know what the hell that even look like at this point. So yeah, I'm confused on the black community part.
It just looks like us owning the areas that we live in, us having a role in what goes on in it. It don't have to be the same thing from Atlanta to Georgia. Because if all of us are not spending money with the Mexicans, Asians, and the Arabs and letting them in our community, then we all doing that. Whether the East Coast do it or the West Coast do it, we're all doing it. And we're not making the rich richer. That's what's going to help shape our community. That's you owning the stores. If we all stop spending at these certain stores, they're going to close down. Now we can bring in black owned businesses. So I don't want us to dissect it and make it so trivial. It's really simple.
Well, we don't own nothing, so
Can I jump
Yeah,
in?
she hit the nail on the
I'm
head with
sorry.
that one.
I'm sorry. Who said that we don't own anything? I literally just said that my grandpapa owns several commercial real estate in the Southeast. Our tenants are corporations like Walmart and Publix and CVS and Walgreens. All those big box brands, those are our tenants. They rent from us.
I'm talking about where I live at.
Businesses.
And then that's one person. You know how many black people it is out here? That's one person.
Hold on. This was like I think this is what Bella's kind of getting it confused at, right? Like when you look at the tiny hat community, because I live in North Miami Beach, there's a whole little section of where they stay at. They got the synagogue, they got the schools, they got their own schools, they own grocery stores, they got everything for themselves carved out in North Miami Beach just for them. Just for them. They even got their own little police force so they can walk on the Sabbath. that will slow you down if you come through there going over 20 miles an hour on a Saturday, like it's a school zone. They got everything catered to them in this little section of North Miami Beach. That is community. When you go to Hialeah, which is located in Miami-Dade County, it's nothing but Cubans over there. You can't even go over there speaking English because nobody speaks English there. If you don't speak Spanish, you ain't gonna be able to do no business in Hialeah. Not with Hernandez AC, not with Jorge Roofing, none of them boys, because they don't speak English. That's
Right.
community. They got their own banks, their own grocery stores. That is community. Yeah, your grandpapa, he may be doing well for himself. But when we talk about community, we talking about grocery stores. We talking about banks. We talking about controlling like everything, even down to the local police, to where we know them by name. So you gotta understand that.
I do
Man.
understand it,
Hold
and
on.
I've
Let me
been
say
saying
this.
it since I.
It's
Hold
gonna be
on.
hard.
Let Sean go.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick. And I don't know how this is gonna go across, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. It's gonna always be hard to build a community when the majority of the community believe in no snitching. You can't build a healthy community if you believe that no snitching. That doesn't make any sense. You can't build a community
How?
based
The
upon that
Italians
logic.
did it. The Italians did it. How?
No, the Italians. No. The Italians infiltrated politics. That's how they did it. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
They infiltrated through politics. They didn't really build anything. They infiltrated. Because most politicians, if you look at Rudy Giuliani in New York, the mayor, most of them came in as politicians. And Cubans kind of did it the same way. Because quiet as kept, Miami was built on smug money. But guess what? It's a Cuban mayor. Like every form of Miami government is a Hispanic. They done got everybody up out of there. All the city councilors, Hispanic, everybody.
But they had the no snitching thing though as well.
It wasn't so much no snitching. It was so much as we gonna vote our people in. They made sure to get their people in.
No,
Just
if
like
you read it, you were unalived. They called you a rat and you were unalived.
Hey,
The culture was the same as no snitch.
hold on, but
So that isn't a caveat to say we can't do it because of that.
But here's what we have to look at also, right? Is remember, let's go back to all the rights that we have now as black people on this panel come from, you could say, the era of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, civil rights era, right? Those men was in those black people, outside of those two black men, those black people was willing to unalive for the sake of the betterment of the community. So our people don't have that mindset. I am okay with unaliving for the betterment of black people, but I don't believe that a lot of black people are willing to do that.
They too what they call it, individualistic mindset and
exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants to be a martyr, especially if we saw the martyrs do what they did and we ain't get them nowhere. Dr. King got us to the front of the bus and we should be owning it. I wouldn't want to be a martyr either if I know y'all ain't gonna ride.
And believe
facts,
it or
and they
not,
already ungrateful already, and so like, hey, no, I ain't about to do it for no ungrateful people.
believe it or not, there's a lot of black Uncle Toms out here to the point where they don't believe in their own people. They'll rather have another man ruling over them rather than their own people. And that's the problem where I live at. They want the white man or any type of person, it ain't even got to be him, to rule over them because they don't think their own people can do the job for real, for real.
Hey, but
No,
what
that's not what it is.
do we
It's
get out of
jealousy.
hold on? What
Anything.
do we get out of calling each other? Like we question our own, like this one. So we talk about the black community, but even in our own community, we are. I don't want to say racist, but we have a hatred for one another. Like it's down to like oppression, right? Is if we disagree with what majority of black people agree with, you guys come with these labeling with names and shit. So it's like I don't see the point in that. Like you can't be an individual. You can't think. You have to think a certain way to be black. If not, you're gonna be outcast. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Can I jump in?
Nah, you can't jump in. Say nah. Go ahead, man.
So I think whatever you support, that's what Yeah, I think whatever it is that you support, that's your community. Meaning, my bad, ATG, you got an echo. But some people, like, I'm gonna just use myself for example. So everybody I support is black. Meaning I get my nails done by a black person, nail tech, get my hair done by black salon owners. When I go and order cars, the people I go through, they're black. I got people who I get my shoes from, that's black. People who sell me movies, that's black. Fragrances, that's black. So everybody I support in my community that's close to me, and I start with my family because I want my family to know if you got any ideas and you trying to get that business and move it forward, hey, I'm gonna be the first at the door. Like my niece want to be a lash tech and a tattoo artist. I'm investing in her some tattoo stuff, so she can practice. She likes to draw, get her a lot of drawing stuff. Nephew selling Airbnb, so I'm thinking about purchasing an Airbnb through my nephews. So I just think it's what you create. It's what you choose to support. People don't choose to support their own people because in reality, black people don't. Black people come to their people with, oh, hit me with the deal, cause nah, you shouldn't do your people like that because when you go to them Gucci stores, them Louis stores, you going to buy the new J's, you ain't telling them to get you a deal. Either you can afford what the fuck you're paying for or you can't. And I don't lowball my people. I literally, if it's the price, it's the price. And that's the thing. We can't grow because we always looking for the deal out of our own. We always looking for somebody to hook us up or, at the same time, the next black person don't want to see the next black person have it for real. A lot of people will look at you like, oh, I'm proud for your growth, but guess what? When that person get a new house, oh, they think they better than me. They thinking that because they got that new car, that they doing better than us over here. They so bougie. Oh, nah, you don't like growth for real because you don't support that shit. You hate on that shit. You mad when you ain't in the position that they in. Because at the end of the day, it is people who got a lot of money or who don't live a certain lifestyle, but they still know how to show up to somebody. They still know how to, show up for somebody. And that's where we fail at.
Okay, hold on, wait. You see how she ended it with the one bar though? I'm glad it did it the opposite way. There we go. Yeah, do your thug pills. Oh, Nail, what you got? I seen your hands up and down, and I gotta get Coco in. Coco, I ain't heard from Coco.
What's going on, brother?
What up, man?
And where you from, bro? Cause I heard I heard how you say it, man. Where you from?
No, I just tricked. I was doing, but I'm from Detroit though. But I ain't from there.
You ain't from where I'm from, but yeah, I disagree with what the sister's saying, and to answer the question, is a black community myth? I would say yes, because like listening to what the sister said, I wholeheartedly agree with everything that she was saying, because like we love crime, oppression, and racism and everything that's affecting our community today, but in reality, we are the reason for like the state of our community. Like we can blame white people and all of that type of shit, but listen to what the sister was saying, like what she was saying about, like our community and black people this and black people that. But if white people came up here and said the same shit about their own community, it would be a problem. That would be considered racist. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
And there's a
For sure.
Yeah, we hear you. Yo, I agree
Hey,
100%.
Okay, so and it's crazy. Like we love like saying the word racism and shit, but like and let's be honest, and this will answer this the second question. What do you believe is destroying the black race? Us. We destroying our race. And like I live in a city right now that is probably one of the worst cities in America. And you get what I'm saying? And like we are being unalived at an unalarming rate by people that look like us, but it don't make national headlines. We don't care about stuff that go on in our community, but let alone a white person take our lives. Then it make headlines when, when the mainstream media, when they can report everything that's what they've been doing to keep us in the position that we're in right now. And that's to continue to blame the white man for everything and not look at what's going on in our own communities. And to answer the third question, what can black people learn from other races? I'm going to be honest, nothing. Because we too focused on nigga shit. We don't care about us. We don't care about, we can't learn nothing from other races when we haven't even learned from ourselves. So that's it.
Hey, okay, hold on. I got you. Hold on. Let me see.
How he get to answer the third one? I ain't get to answer the third.
We just did it because I'm about to give y'all about 6 minutes. I'm about to be off this thing. Go ahead,
But
answer
yeah,
it, man. Don't throw a
Oh,
hissy
no, no,
fit.
no,
But
no,
I got you,
no. I
Coco.
haven't got a chance to say nothing.
She didn't say nothing. I got you. Go ahead. You can go through all three of them.
Hey, Coco.
Hey. Also, and I hope this is not putting y'all on the spot, but if you two met online, I think that if y'all haven't already, y'all should speak to being able to meet good people in your life partner, husband, spouse online, because I think it's been a lot. Y'all be on the relationship side like I do. I think this is called relationship talk. And so it'd be good to hear more people being able to speak to meeting good, there's people online and they could be your spouse. Just, put yourself out there. So I just want to throw that out there. So to the topic,
Do your thing, baby.
I feel that well, I want to start with the last one. What it says, what can BLK people learn from other races? So I have some people that I know right now personally that's dealing with some situations legally, and when I say legally, I'm talking about situations where they should be suing people for wrongful things, be it malpractice, stuff like that. One of the things I think that we can learn from other races, and I say this to the people around me a lot, is when stuff goes on in the YT community, the J community, like that is like suable situations, they are connected. They will make a phone call to their peoples and be like, yo, Tom, Connor, we're having an issue. And he'll be like, don't worry about it. He'll be like, Sarah, put Bob on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They make a phone call and take care of their own. Now, it may not be like, all, but I look up to that community immensely for the way that they look out for each other when it comes to the legal proceedings. I mean, I have heard some wild stuff that people in their community has gotten off for, that some of our people have been put under the jail for. And for me, I definitely feel like the BLK community needs to have some type of place that they can tap into so that they'll at least know their rights. I feel like there's enough BLK people that have made it to the other side that are as well versed on the legal system or they know stuff. We need to be networking with each other so that when it's a situation going on, a phone call, a place we can call into so that we can make sure that we're protected. And, when situations go on, we can make sure our children are being dealt with, or older people or whoever is being dealt with properly. Sometimes folks and give me an example. Somebody I know, they had a situation. They were not the criminal, but they are having to go after a company who did some things to their parent. And the company that they're suing had them in a questioning, and I don't know what you call it, but they were questioning them for 6 hours, only gave them a 10-minute break over the case with their mother. I'm not a lawyer and know that's illegal. How the fuck you gonna have somebody in a 6-hour questioning space with 10 minutes, but because she didn't know her rights, she allowed them to do it because she didn't know? That is crazy. And I keep hearing about these situations where I'm like, my God, we don't know our rights. Some people may, but everybody's not as fortunate. So you answering questions when the police pull you over because you don't know what to do. You're allowing them to answer you questions, and they're coercing some of these kids into certain criminal things that they may not be guilty of. It's like we really need to tap into having a meeting with the people who know what's going on in certain arenas and being able to say, okay, we need to work together to make sure our people are good. So that's one of the things I feel I get from other races. I feel with the Asian community, I feel with the YT community, some of them are tapped into, being connected. It could be from college, it could just be because of culture, but that's one of the things that I think they can do. I also think communal living is something to consider. I look at how other races come over here and they'll be like multi-generations in a home. Now, I know everybody can't do that, but it is something to consider of people being able to come together and maybe they all live in a cul-de-sac together. Share resources, share coupons, share sales. I just think that the sharing of information, we have to find a way to share information so that other people can say, okay, girl, I found out this, and they can just pass it on down to their people. I also think that we used to have now I may have the wrong opinion about what the Black Panthers or people in the MLK stage what they did, but I feel like one of the things is they were united because they knew who the op was. And I think with us, for us to be together as a community, us being together may mean someone representing different communities and the people that's the head of those communities talking to each other, and then those heads passing on the information to those communities. Because sometimes it'd be like isms and schisms between us. Like the little, like let's just take TT. Being here on TikTok, I feel there's a lot of smart, intelligent people on the spaces I run into. And the way people talk to each other, it's like, why aren't folks networking? You people, y'all know stuff, y'all have good backgrounds. Like, why isn't there more networking? I mean, I've heard of at least no less than 2 situations where people had circumstances that they should have been able to plug into. But I didn't feel safe to tell somebody what was going on because of the mistreatment and the way I've seen people or heard people treated. And then the other situation, there was a great fear of them being mistreated for needing the help. So, when we talk about community, I just think that sometimes it's right there in our face and we just have to stand up and find a safe way landing so that we can share information and make sure that others good. And I think starting with the judicial system and knowing our rights, and it doesn't have to be a criminal thing either. It could be just dealing with the business. You have a credit card, you have a mortgage, just knowing how to fight those entities when they're doing you unjust. Like, who really knows the full terms and conditions of these credit cards or other applications? I mean, heck, signing up for an email. Why is there so many terms and conditions for an email? What are you hiding in there, Google?
Coco.
So it's just something to think about.
All right, appreciate you, Coco. That was all really good information. Brando had his hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on something that Coco said about why don't we have more lawyers in the community, more people in power positions? And I'm gonna say this: one of the reasons we don't is because we push our kids to be entertainers and athletes, and that's just the truth. Like, we got more parents taking their kids to a football practice versus taking them to a computer class or something, right? Like, when you look at the Asian community, a lot of those parents, they push their children into medicine. I had a homeboy that was from Bangladesh. He's a college professor, teaches chemistry. His peoples pushed him into that. You know what I'm saying? And they family pushed all of them into professional realms of things. And We don't have that enough in our community. We don't have enough parents, pushing kids into, into medicine, pushing kids into tech, pushing kids into law. But but they quick to make a movie about a parent pushing their kid into sports. Look at the King Richard movie about Venus and Serena dad. A lot of the stuff we see be a lot of propaganda. Like we will see movies all day about athletes and they parents pushing them to do this, or the or the Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jackson 5 movie or the 5 Heartbeat movie. They got all these movies about entertainment, but you don't see them making movies about us pushing our kids into, you know, into law or into medicine. And I land with that.
Well, Dr. Ben Carson, granted, he chose the side that he chose, but he did do some pioneering things. He got a movie. We do have movies that talk about Black pioneers in medicine that I know of, in medicine and real estate that I know of. So we do have that, but I do agree with you, Brando, that there should be a push towards that, towards these sectors such as tech and medicine and politics. Politics, I feel as though is something that we hardly get it. Well, that I hardly hear other people get into because I'm in politics pretty tough myself, me and my circle and my community. But politics is very important, and it's important because they make the legislation. They make the legislation that the law enforcement enforces. So for us to not get into that is asinine. You need to be in politics, not only by voting. You should also run for these local offices because you're more likely to win those positions anyway. I'm in a group chat with a guy. He just won mayor for a municipality adjacent to mine. So I mean, he's mayor now. My friend was city councilman mayor pro tem. So it's very important that we get into those things because what these people do, the legislation that they make impacts you directly. How they appropriate the funding that they're given from the governor of your states, it impacts you directly. So it's very important to get into the local politics. That's why I say my community it's local.
Ace Boogie, how you doing? Great. You wanna go down and read all three of the topics?
Is the black community a myth? What do you believe is destroying the black race? What can black people learn from other races? Yeah, I think the black community is a myth at this point. What do I believe is destroying the black race? I mean, almost everything that we intake is bad for us. And that's when we count the media, the food, like even the air in some places. What can black people learn from other races? I don't know. It's no other race that's in a position like black people. Most races, they share like a common practices or common religion. Us, we really not unified on anything. I mean, but that's more of an American thing too, because the same is true as about the white people in America. Like nobody really has a culture. The whole culture is just revolved around
trying to make money and exploit whoever to get it. So I think the whole left and right is also a whole myth. It's just a game that a show that's being played, but the same people are pulling the strings. Like everybody with common sense, when you look at lobbyists, would say we don't need this in government, but nobody is taking steps to do anything about this. It's basically bribing politicians. But yeah, I'll land with that.
Y'all got any rebuttals or responses?
I did want to ask. I wanted to ask you something, Bella, if that's okay. You were saying like run for office. What does that look like? How do you get started in that? Because I know that's not something that can happen as soon as us like, funneling our money in other places. That's not something you can just wake up and go to the city council and say, hey, I want to run. Don't you have to have some type of background, education or something? So what does that look like for a person to get set up in doing that?
Well, I don't know about your municipality, but no, there is no requirement except for age requirement. You don't have to have some college degree. You just need to be a resident of the district that you are running in for 1 year, and then the application for my state, it's like $400 or $100. I think if you run for city council, it's like $100 or maybe $400 for the application. And essentially that's what you have to do. I mean, you have to set up your political donation account. And what else do you have to do? Yeah, you have to do an intent to run. That's free. You don't have to pay for that. You just have to pay for the application, and then essentially just get people to rally behind you and donate to your campaign so that you can reach more, so that you can have more outreach. And depending on your party affiliation, my party affiliation, we meet weekly. We do a lot of community outreach, so you can let your party chair know, because there is a chair for each county. Depending if you have a party affiliation, there is a chair for each county. I've met with my chair, him and I, we text or whatever, we're all in a group chat. So you can meet with your chair and say, hey chair, I want to run for city council in this municipality because the chair is for a county. So in this particular municipality in the county, I want to run for this. I need you guys to back me up. So yeah, it is kind of, you can't overnight. You can today decide I want to run for office in 2026, and you can absolutely apply to run for office tomorrow morning.
I had no idea. I honestly had no idea that. Thank you. That was very, very, very informative.
Yeah, I just think I really don't be caring for I heard somebody say we needed a leader or some shit earlier. We don't need no damn leader. You are the leader. And that's the problem. People be looking for somebody to run things over them because they don't know what to do.
Yes, man.
In those positions. And it's just sad that you can't even it's okay to sit up here and tell people, hey, I'm not smart in this. I wouldn't know what to do if this happened. It's okay to reach out to ask questions and get help, but people nowadays, they so stuck in this mindset of, I don't need help. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna get through it. That's what black people say, and I hear that shit so much. I be like, this why a motherfucker can't get nowhere, because we got too many people stuck in their own ways. We got too many people in the mindset of thinking that they can do everything by themselves. And it's like, hey, Whitney Houston said she was every woman, not you. Um, and I don't know. I just be looking at the shit like all you can do is be the best example to your grandkids, to your kids, to your nieces, your nephews, to the people around you, and that's what it is. It ain't about having your hand in every pot. It's not having your mouth on every conversation. Because at the end of the day, it's about living your truth, who you is, doing what you are good at. If success is your mindset, great. But there are some people who try to make their success other people's success.
Yes, Maine for city council. Yes.
I definitely agree with that. I think that you have to find your own, you have to find your community or your tribe. Like it's people that are not as passionate about politics as I am. But I have my community that is. We're up at 1 a.m. talking about this. That's how passionate we are about it. So I think it's very important to find your tribe and find those people who share those same, who have those shared beliefs.
Say no. All right. Oh, it's about that time. Last couple.
And I wanted to sit here and say, because I couldn't respond. It was a lot of stuff said earlier that I just couldn't respond to because I was in the process of doing hair. But it's like another reason. I was hearing people was talking about black family households. The white men kept the black man out of the house. Some bullshit earlier. I don't believe nothing of that shit. I guarantee you, if you ask your mama why your daddy leave me, guarantee you she ain't gonna say it was a white man. You gonna say some shit like he abused me, he cheated.
Right, all the time.
I thank God for my grandpapa.
I think what that mean is that they got hit back. That's what I think that be meaning nowadays. That's all
What
that
you
is.
mean? They got hit back.
As in somebody, it's a man that was fed up getting hit on and he hit back. That's what they be calling abuse nowadays. 'Cause a lot of dudes just don't have it. That's all it is. Every man don't be caring about that. I'm don't never touch a woman. No, that's a man that's gonna touch a woman. That's just what it is.
No, because I was really thinking about that. Like, I be thinking about, like, man, people really want to see black people grow. You will see a black person who got a garden next door to you, and you'll sit up here and help support that. You know, help them pour money into building a bigger garden. You get what I'm saying? If you see people out here, you know, somebody found a cure for a disease, why not invest your money in that? Like, it's people out here that know so much about this damn world, but we don't pour into them people because we're so focused on negativity. We're so focused on baddies and love and hip hop and shit.
Right.
Like, when I say it's ridiculous, like, every time I turn around, I hear somebody bring up baddies before I hear somebody speak up on, the person that they helped today. The person that literally, like, it is certain things that I used to hear back then. Like, your grandma would say, hey, yeah, she'll come home from work or church, say, yeah, I done helped the pastor. We done had Bible study and all this stuff, and talking about, we about to sit up here. Tomorrow we're going to go out, feed the homeless, and we're going to sit up here and get some sandwiches, some juices and stuff, and make sure everybody good, get some blankets, hand out some clothes. You know, it was certain things you would hear before you hear something negative.
Now they helping the pastor another way. All right, but
Okay.
The church is detrimental to the black
get on your
community.
knees. Not for Jesus that time.
What you mean, Mocha?
That the church is detrimental to the black community because there's like, I know where I'm at. I'm in Philly. and there's like 4 to 5 churches per zip code. And we kept all of them open for decades. My grandmother was going to this church when she was younger, and I'm going. And every Sunday, I went every Sunday faithfully. I went Wednesdays and every Thursdays as well. And we always gave me $2, one for Sunday school and one for the sermon. And then on prayer night, we put something in there. And then on Thursday night, we put something in there. And that was week after week after week. The pastor shuts his doors after his sermon, ride off in his little fancy suit and car. That church don't do nothing back for the community. And when somebody comes to the church, all they do is pray. They don't give nothing back. They don't open up their doors for a soup kitchen. They don't turn the rest of the building into shelter for the homeless. They don't it gives nothing back to the community. And there's so many per zip code, and we've been able to keep all of them open. Like, yeah, granted, they get funding from the state or whatever, or the city or whatever. I don't know how they get which entity they get their funding from, but I know they are funded. However, we put so much money into the church. It's like putting money into a poppy store. We don't get anything in return but a prayer, and that prayer don't keep you from being homeless.
Yeah, hey y'all. Okay, my
About
bad.
that time.
Almost about that time, you know.
Almost. It is
It
about
is
that
that time.
time.
Wait.
You trying to come in strong. Now you been quiet all this time. Nah, you about to pay for Braden here. Say no. But go ahead.
Bella, you sound confused.
Because it's like when these discussions are being had, it's like
My papa.
I know these things to be true because I believe that your experience is valid. I do. I truly do believe that these things are happening. I know that they're happening. But what I am saying is that is your community. That's what's happening in your community. Like, if you want to change in your community, sometimes you have to be the change that you want to occur. Churches don't automatically get state funding. They have to apply for grants like any other nonprofit. The only thing that they get is a tax exemption. If you want your church in your community to do these type of things, that's a matter of you going up to that pastor or that church leadership and saying, hey, this is something that is needed in this community. How do you feel about us collaborating and doing these things? They're not entitled to do those things that you say. Although you may think that they are, they're not.
I don't think they're entitled to, just like the poppy stores aren't entitled to do anything for us. So we choose to support it. If we stop, we're going to make that change. We can go to them and beg all day and he can say nope and ride off in his Bentley coupe. But if we stop pouring all that money into it, now we deciding what we're going to do. Nobody's obligated to do anything. That's the victim mentality. Oh, the church got to do something. No, they don't. But we got the choice to not support it in the manner we do financially. Cav going?
Yes, so yeah, I do agree with that aspect. Yes. So I digress.
3D.
All right, Cav, that mean good night. I'm sorry. You know I'll be going. Thank you for having us, Cav.
I was about to make it all black in here.
I'm
He
sorry.
said making me dizzy right. I was like, let me do that. That's gonna be my last call. I'm just
I
starting.
like that.
I'm like, hey, it's time to go.
Last call for alcohol.
Not
Good
not
night, y'all. Thank you for this
All
convo.
Great
right.
conversation.
GG's. All right, y'all. All right, I'm glad they're gone. So that's mine.
Back to us.
What unnecessary go slip in here all
my
quiet, boy. Let's go ahead and make him dizzy too. Since
That's
he want to come in here. Make him
unnecessary.
dizzy real quick, you know. Since he want to come in all late, make him pay real quick. Say no. That's gonna be my new thing.
I'm looking up how to run for city council right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
It's well, I want to look at like
It's been on the whole time. Wow, yeah, just be sitting there
been on the
quiet,
whole
boy.
time.
All right, I appreciate y'all. So we might we probably picking it back up at on baby Rachel's live tomorrow. She know she
Oh
do.
yeah! Oh my God!
Yeah, got her. Monday
I have a
through
life to live.
Monday through Wednesday she will be on. So yeah. We'll be at Rachel's. So let's get it.
Okay.
All right, good night, y'all.
Good night.